It's The Who on British Band Week on the Bennington Show. I'm Ron Bennington. There's Gail Bennington.
Yo.
And I am Ron Bennington. What is this salute to British bands that we're doing this week? What is the purpose?
Eddie Izzard, we're premiering that town hall this Friday at 2 p.m.
Now, you realize that Eddie isn't in a band.
Understood, but he is English.
And that defines him? How?
I thought it was a nice tie-in.
This was Chris's big suggestion.
Why didn't we do American Band Week for Gaffigan?
That's a good idea.
Playing Freebird. Michael Jackson. It's just a salute to Americans. 844 Rock God is the number. 844 Rock God. Gail has put something up on the iBang from the state of Florida, the strange state of Florida. I'm not going to comment on it yet, but I have my theory. This is something wicked this way it comes. There's something in the water.
So this is somebody standing at the edge of the dock.
Mm-hmm.
They come to the edge of the dock and they have some food or something in their hands. They toss this into the river. It's definitely like a freshwater, swampy kind of situation. They chuck it into the water. And then immediately thrashing, insane movement.
What do you believe it to be?
Okay, so right away, growing up in Florida, I'm like, there's a bunch of gators in the water. A bunch of gators. However, you never see any of them surface. You never see, normally, if you see like a gator's like head thrash out of the water, their body.
All right, I just got to stop you for a second. Chris, it's been minutes. What is going on over there?
This computer is very slow today.
What can we do to get this repaired?
Internet's slow across the company.
Let's get that fixed. Every day, say, we need an IT person because this is a show that uses the computer. So I have watched this several times. My internet is perfect in my home. And I would say they hit the special effects button at that moment.
Really?
I believe it's fake news.
Are you serious? Because I have been freaking out.
There's nothing large enough to do that. And I would agree with you if it was a school of anything, something would have broke the water. But everything looks like it's coming very deep in the water.
Yeah, like it kind of seems like it's bubbling up. Now, I thought that it was like multiple things because there's all these different spots where the water is breaking.
All right, I'm going to... All right, Chris is doing it. Now, first of all, Eastside Dave is throwing this bucket. It looks like just water. Jesus. Now, all the stuff that's breaking, Gail, you only see water breaking. You don't see anything in there. If anyone from the state of Florida could look at this and give us a call at 844-ROCK-GOD, 844-ROCK-GOD, but you don't see a tail, a head, a fin, a gator back, nothing pops out of that. But the water is coming up from very, very deep.
And the way... Here's why...
And he's only throwing water in it, it looks like.
Okay, I thought this was some sort of chum or something.
No, because I don't see anything physical. And then why would it stop so quickly?
Yeah, it does stop quickly.
Now, look how many places there is breaking water at least 12 different places. Dave in Florida, and as I say, people in Florida, when things are weird in Florida, people in Florida just find it to be normal.
Right.
People in Florida do not scream. They're just like, this is something that happens. Dave in Florida, what would you say it is?
What's up, Ronnie? Hey, I heard that it was manatees.
Now,
this guy might be in trouble because screwing with manatees gets you in trouble down here.
Well, I know a woman went to jail for touching a manatee, attempting to get a ride on it. But I would say this, and I'm very familiar with the manatee. I feel like I kept them from going extinct. They're very slow-moving animals, and they come up to the surface very slow. I've never seen them in a feeding frenzy.
I've never seen any of them move quickly. The only times I've ever seen, they actually are moving like cows. They're just like kind of, no.
A lot of people will call them sea cows. I call them sea baked potatoes. I just see them as a baked potato with eyes. All right, Ben in Jacksonville, what do you think it is?
They're mating manatees.
All right, now let's try to see. Do you see a manatee anywhere?
No.
But you believe in the way they broke. These were manatees that were in some group sex situation, and they pulled out, freaking out.
Well, they're mating, and apparently that jackass has done it before, and they're actually investigating him for it.
Now, what would they... It looked like you threw a thing of water?
Yeah, just to get them, stirred up.
Yeah. And so they thought it was a predator. But there had to be how many manatees that were in the midst of sweet love there?
Yeah, a shitload.
Okay, shitload. That's an actual... Yes. Well, an orgy would be if they were interacting, Chris. I think if it's separately, I would just call that straight group sex.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they're just like... They're minding their own business, but maybe they're having a little looky-loo.
Looky-loo, the way teenagers do when they're all renting a cabin or room together. You just glance over, and you're just thinking, they are getting it right now. All right, it looks like I may have to apologize for this. I thought he had a contraption, and I like the fact that the people in Florida are angry with this... this guy that is a cock blocker for a manatee cock blocker. Joe in Orlando.
Hey,
Yeah.
it was. It's in the St. John's River, man. It was manatees.
No,
If
it's
you slow
definitely
down,
manatees.
Yeah, if you slow it down, you can see them.
Chris, try to pause.
Stop it somewhere.
Yeah, like
I'm looking and I can't see anything breaking the water.
Oh yeah, I looked at it last night a couple times and I just rewound it, and it looks like manatees. I guess that guy's in trouble for doing that.
Everybody seems to take great joy that Eastside Dave is going to be in an amazing... I mean, he's even doing the Eastside Dave crouch. You know how Dave will crouch for comedic purposes?
And has the crazy smile.
I don't know whether you follow his Twitter, but there has never been anyone that has done as many Photoshops per day as Eastside Dave. I mean, there'll be 6 or 7 high definition Photoshops. He's in movies. He's winning sports events. You'd think that you would just see it at Cape. Most of them, I'm going to be honest, are Star Wars related.
See, I thought that maybe that wasn't water he was throwing into the lake. That was maybe some sort of chemical. That was a chemical reaction in the lake.
Well, it wouldn't happen that quickly.
Yeah.
If he was throwing Clorox, and he doesn't come close to them.
Yeah.
He's a good 6 to 7 yards from the nearest breaking of the water.
Now try to pause it right at the beginning, like right a little tiny bit farther than that. Let's see.
Look how many different places are breaking. That's got to be close to 10.
Yeah. I was going to say, there's got to be, there's like a dozen little breaks in the water. I had no idea that they could even move that fast.
No, I've never seen them move fast at all. Chris, what is the name of this? People are asking.
This is... What the hell is in this Florida river?
Okay. Blunt, but effective.
I didn't have an answer.
John in Florida.
Hey, how you doing?
So good, John.
Good, good. I just told your screener that I'm actually on my way to spend some time with the manatees. I volunteer with U.S. Fish and Wildlife doing manatee watch every week.
Now, what do you do in a manatee watch?
Well, we're usually in a kayak or we're on the land, and what we're doing is we're watching to make sure that people interact correctly with the manatees.
Yeah.
But I can tell you that a manatee, when it's startled, will swim up to 20 miles an hour.
No idea that. Yeah, no idea.
Yeah, that's...
And we tell people there's 2 things you don't do to a manatee, and that's one is don't park your kayak over a sleeping manatee, because when they come up, they're not really awake. If they hit the bottom of the kayak, I've actually seen people get launched into the air just by those tails.
Well, it's funny. It's funny that you say that because most manatees that I've seen in my life have propeller scars on them.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That was like a big problem in Florida. And I think that they've kind of done better now that there are more of them than there was when I was a kid.
I think there's more people like John that are taking this Seriously, like when you go out places, you know, a lot of people are like, "Oh, there's a manatee. I definitely want to hit it with a boat paddle," and you have to say no. You know what I mean? No.
That's when we're there to hit them with the boat paddle.
Right. Well,
but the other thing is we tell people stay away from mating pods because, man, when they are mating, they have no idea that you're around, and they start flipping those tails.
Now, you say that they mate in pods also.
Yeah, it's usually 4 or 5 males and a female, so it's, you know, your regular manatee gangbang.
Yeah.
And there's no mating season. We like to say they're animals of opportunity. You know, a couple males pin a female somewhere. It's, you know, you better back off.
It's a rape. Every manatee lovemaking section is a rape.
As is most in the animal kingdom.
It is.
Mainly humans. I've noticed that.
We've actually had females drown, being held down by males underwater.
I've done that too. Now, how long have you been volunteering, John?
Over 10 years.
How many manatees do we have now in Florida?
We have about 6,000 in Florida. Where I volunteer, which is on the West Coast, a place called Crystal River.
I've been there.
We have about 1,000 of the 6,000 manatees in about a 15-20 mile area.
Yeah, you can tube down that Crystal River, and you're right there with them. It's pretty spectacular.
We usually do it over by a place called Three Sisters Springs, which is like super clear water, and in the winter we'll get 300-400 manatees in a half an acre area.
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. And you know, have you ever swam in a spring before, Chris?
No, never.
It's clear and cold, and it seems like you could drink the water. I wouldn't try, but there's a part of you that just wants to swim underwater with your mouth open, just guzzling it in.
It is exactly what it feels. It feels like you're swimming in a glass of water.
Yes.
You're like, this is so weird.
Glass of like really cold ice water. All right, so we got to the bottom of that. Gail was correct. It was a manatee gangbang that was taking place. Not what I thought. Somebody had put together a contraption to try to go viral. And I guess this guy went viral, and another person who's in trouble for going viral.
Yes, Eastside Dave. Look at how much that does look like it.
I mean, it's unbelievable. Which goes to show you, every redheaded guy looks the same.
Across the board.
And they give them commercials because they're like, oh, people like to look at a redheaded guy acting strange.
I'm like, the same you could say about kids. Like, the other day, I passed a kid who actually made me stop for a second because I thought he was someone I went to school with. And I'm like, well, that person would be an adult now.
So it was a redheaded kid?
Yeah, it looked exactly like my friend growing up.
Dave,
I'm like, there he is.
Dave told me something. I think about this all the time. He said that when he was a kid, everyone would come up to him like he was a celebrity and said, you're the cutest little boy. Women would do it, other girls. And he said then he turned like 11 years old and the world turned on him and decided that he was ugly and hideous. So he goes, he knows what it's like for everyone to be attracted to you and then repulsed. And I can only think of burn victims as the only other people who have to deal with that. All right, up on the iBang today, our friend Virginia Jones wrote a story called I Watched Iliza's Special, and I couldn't believe what I saw. Notes and reaction from a woman comedian who plays the improv. Now, Iliza Shlesinger seemed like she caused a big internet hubbub when she attacked other women comics. But I will say this to her. There's been no apologies.
Yes.
Straight ahead.
At least
full
that.
steam ahead.
Yes, she even was on Twitter defending the statement she made. She did not backtrack and go, look, maybe I spoke too broadly. That's not really how I feel.
I get it, broadly. She pointed out, as men comedians do all the time, that women aren't funny. And they talk about their... I'll just put vaginas down so I don't offend if we have any youngsters listening, because there's nothing that repulses people not as much as the word vagina or the thought of a vagina.
Yes.
But Virginia goes through this because Iliza brought up how great her material was and whatever. I haven't seen the special, but she actually goes joke for joke. But, the women bashing that's been aimed at Iliza is very intense, particularly from other women.
Yeah, because I think the reason is that that's the group that she attacked. It was one of those situations where she was saying, "Oh, all these women comics are hacks for talking about their vaginas," and of course, immediately people are like, "Okay, all men talk about dick jokes, masturbation jokes, and nobody
balls.
goes balls." I mean, honestly, it's one of these things. Like, it's so exhausting to even have to continue to explain this. But if men had vaginas, they would talk about them. If men had periods, that would be a huge source of material.
If men had periods, there would be more suicides than not, because that's a ridiculous thing to put up with once a month. But maybe there should be a name like an Uncle Mary, somebody when women attack other women, which, by the way, there's always one woman in every group who gets together with the guys and just like, I can't stand women.
Yeah.
There's always that woman who thinks you're your friend, and she'll be like, hey, did you fuck that yet? And you're like, I know you feel like you're one of the guys, but I get the falseness of this statement.
There was a girl who was a friend with like a same group of guys that I was, and she was always trying to, you could feel very hard that she's like, hey, just so you know, I'm like one of you guys, you know what I mean? Like, I could talk. And anytime that she would refer to sex, she would be like, this guy was like smashing me out, right? I'm like, first of all, I've never heard a woman say from that perspective.
Right.
Like, first of all, it makes you sound like such an inactive participant in this thing. Like, she
smash
said
it, dude. Come on, crush it. Crush it.
I was like, is it consensual? Like, why are you calling it that?
What is this, manatee sex? Or was it humans? Chris have you noticed he doesn't curse as much because he's in a loving relationship right now with a Costa Rican.
Yes, it's going very well.
She from the coast of Costa Rica?
Not sure what coast she's from.
It's all coast.
That'd be my first question. No, we live inland. Does she know that you don't swim?
No, she does not.
Oh, a secret.
Good thing about our own Chris Stanley. He doesn't swim and he doesn't eat with utensils.
No, straight hands.
Even spaghetti?
Yeah, why not?
Soup? He's just ladling it up.
It's delicious.
Oh, God.
I don't like that sound.
Why?
It's like one of my least favorite sounds on earth.
Imagine what she has to go through when he's lapping.
No! Enough.
This is by the way, Buzzard Toombs said on Twitter, what a piece of garbage hashtag Jeffrey Gurian is, turns a memorial into something all about his own honors, achievements, and himself. That is why Jeffrey Gurian is Jeffrey Gurian. It is who's the comedian? Bill Dana. I don't know whether you got, I'm sure that you wouldn't remember, but he was a very big comedian in the late 50s and early 60s. And if you watch the movie The Right Stuff, there's a guy who does a Bill Dana impersonation because Bill Dana acted like he was an astronaut, like a Mexican astronaut. And it's very funny, but it would be considered today to be, I guess, worst thing ever. What if a Mexican saw you acting like that? But his whole thing is he really didn't want to go into space. I don't know. I just find it funny. But Jeffrey wrote about their friendship, and if Jeffrey also said that he wrote for Don Adams the term "Would you believe?" because that used to be Don Adams'
catchphrase.
Yeah, because Don Adams would say something like, I won an Oscar, and the guy would say, you didn't win an Oscar. Would you believe that I won an Emmy and 2 Tic Tacs? That would be his thing. He would just keep taking it down. Again, I don't know how it would do in today's society.
Sure.
Comedy is very much of time and place. Same way cunnilingus says. But this guy Buzzer Tombs. Did not like Jeffrey's write-up. JV says the great Eastside Dave is newsworthy today on Bennington Show. He's always newsworthy for us, particularly when he was attacked the other night with from a person from your university, a fellow graduate.
Yeah.
What was his name?
Stevie Lou.
Now, you went to school with Stevie Lou?
I knew him. Yeah, I knew him in college, yeah.
And he was known for what?
He got eating a bunch of acid and then having a freak out, and then the police having to restrain him, and then he was kicked off campus.
Was he the one who jumped off the library roof?
That was Crazy Pete.
Okay.
That was before the year I started.
I would say this, and this is just my own personal thing. When flipping on acid, keep it internal. Do not express or start to run around. Keep it to yourself.
Yeah.
That way you're not fucking up the manatee pod around you of other acid hits.
Right.
You just got to be sitting there quietly screaming in your own soul, but not expressing it or attempting to take your clothes off and run.
Is this ever going to end, or is this how I'm going to be from now on?
Yes.
I've had those thoughts.
And was I ever sober? Was there ever a time I wasn't tripping? That or keep it inside.
Yeah, like you start to think like, no, this feeling's always existed. I've just tapped into this feeling as opposed to I just created it with chemicals.
So let me.
This was what always was.
Yeah. Well, I used to do this thing with PCP that when I did it another time, I would remember only the last time I was on PCP and felt like there was no time in between.
Oh, shit.
And even though I didn't enjoy a PCP high, I would always want to go back to see if that space where my consciousness still existed.
Oh, that's really weird.
Yeah, it was very weird.
How long does the PCP high last?
Very good question, Chris. Everyone move in because this microphone's not. It depends, like with acid, on the drug itself. Sometimes it feels like you'd only peak for an hour or two. Other times would seem like it would go on for closer to 24 hours.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's intense.
You never know.
Yeah.
But I always found acid to be the same way. Hey, is this going to wear off fairly quickly, or 2 days from now am I going to have an orange juice and feel like I'm tripping again? You ever do that?
Oh, yeah.
You'd have an orange juice and you're like, what the fuck just happened? Was there acid in this orange juice?
It's happening.
See, here's a belief of mine, and I never heard anybody else. You ever hear the term flashback? Right?
Yes.
I believe that there is no such thing as a flashback, but because you normally do acid when you're younger, then years later when you start to get your first panic attacks, you're like, your mind immediately goes, oh, am I tripping again? Because you feel like you're in a bad trip.
Yeah.
When you're in a panic attack.
Yeah, the come down, like on mushrooms and acid was always for me like a panic attack, just thinking about fucking life, and it was always fucking shitty.
But I guess you're right. Like I've never really thought about how close those are to each other.
They're
like
very, very close.
That feeling of being out of control and reality doesn't feel real.
And you try to get away from yourself. You try to physically, if I can get out of this place, I'll be fine. Wherever you are. And you're just like, hold it together, man. Just stay here. You tell the same thing. Stay here and breathe, dude.
Yeah, I'm cool. Is there a way for me to unzip my skin and step out of this thing?
If I could just let my bare muscles out for a while. So I'd like to win one of those Nobel Prizes for being the person who decided there's nothing different. But you got remembering Bill Dana. Just keep going down. We won't read it, but you can see the number of emails that Jeffrey has listed from Bill Dana to himself. And most of this stuff is, Jeffrey, you're the best.
He just wants to make sure everyone knows.
Hickman Bell said that she's going to start using the phrase smashing me out.
The guy I used to work with at the data entry place, when I did data entry, would always say, he smashed hard body. I don't know what the hard body.
Why did you allow him to keep talking to you?
I don't know. We smoked weed together in the basement of the office building.
Isn't it funny what drugs will make you, who you'll hang out with because of drugs? This is an announcement that caught the human race by surprise. Daniel Day-Lewis said he now retires from acting, and I shall act no more.
No, Daniel Day.
Well, since you only do it every 7 years and you got a movie coming out, I probably am not even going to pick up on this until like 5 or 6 years from now. Does that matter? Does it seem...
Yeah, it matters. I don't know why he just couldn't... Like, why the finality of it? Particularly because he is so choosy with his work. Why not just say, there isn't anything that is interesting me right now?
Maybe he doesn't want to get scripts sent to him. Maybe a day doesn't get by that somebody isn't making a movie if they go, I know if I have Daniel Day-Lewis in this movie, people will take it serious, and I could get a nomination for an Academy Award.
I still feel like he should just, if he just didn't say anything, there could be a project, 10 years from now.
And that's why he does it. But guess what? Even though he said that, if a project comes up 10 years from now, he can still do it. This is not a legal statement.
Are they going to take a SAG card? Is he handing it in?
He's going to lose that insurance.
He needs it.
He does have one more movie coming out December 25th, though.
Yeah, he's got the new...
Santa Claus movie.
It's the new...
Paul Thomas Anderson.
Yeah, I'm very...
I read about it. He's playing a guy who designs pantsuits. The kind that our own Vito will be wearing.
Mm-hmm.
Vito, do you get your pantsuit on Friday? Because it seems like you're cutting this close.
It's next Friday.
I thought your thing was this Friday.
No, it's next Friday.
I said something to Lewis the other day. I said, coming fast, huh, Lewis? And he goes, really fast. But slower than I assumed.
Yeah, I'm getting them. My pants are getting hemmed, so they should be ready this week.
Why don't you wear it to work one day?
Yeah.
I'll wear it next week.
And who is your, who made the suit for you?
The fine people over at Liz Claiborne.
Liz Claiborne. Making suits for women for the last 25 years.
For men, it's a nice men's suit.
Daring men. Men that dare to wear a pantsuit.
I have to tell you, I was interested in you saying that you bought the suit, and I just Googled, and immediately it was women's pantsuits that came up. So
because it's Liz Claiborne.
It's Liz Claiborne, dude.
Name any suit maker that, even when you go to a tailor, I've never met like a female tailor that makes suits. I've only met men.
Yeah, I think, even the tailor that I go to is a woman, but everything in her shop is wedding dresses and like bridesmaids dresses.
Women tailors make things for women.
Yeah.
It's like going to a barber. You know what I mean? A tailor is like a barber. A man goes to a man.
Mm-hmm.
All right? He isn't going to go in and say to a woman, shave my face.
I think it's really cute when the little boys go to the salon until they're old enough to do the barbers, because a lot of moms will bring the little boy and then they'll just be in the salon chair.
I never had that. I would go and they would put a board across the arms of the chair and you would sit on that. And the first day that doesn't happen, A, you feel like you're sitting really low in a chair, but B, you're like, I guess I'm a man now.
I don't need the board.
Yeah. Did you remember the board?
Yeah, they would do that at the barber in Astoria.
Yeah. I bet is it Greek barbers over there? Puerto Ricans?
Greek and Italian, but now they're more like Dominican. I go to a Dominican barber now.
Mm.
It's a very different environment.
I go to Italian still in my neighborhood, and they play opera.
Mm-hmm.
They constantly ask if you want to shave. And hopefully they don't talk too much to you because they're that Italian.
Right.
At my barber, they were handing out beers the other time.
Nice. The other time.
Last time I got a haircut.
The other time.
Did you have a nice cold beer?
Yeah, and then my barber did too, and I was a little worried about that. It's like, why are you pounding beers?
He's just shotgunning beers. He's like, yeah, right? Let me get the scissors here.
I'm a little fucked up right now.
What?
Jerrod Carmichael was on late night explaining why the N-word is fun. And this is my new obsession for getting so offended with the N-word.
Yeah.
Why is everyone so comfortable with black men using the N-word? It would seem like that would be ground zero for not using the N-word.
I think it's funny how comfortable we are with just using the term N-word. As though you're okay, literally saying it bad. But if if you were just saying the term N-word over and over, you're like, not bad, because I don't have to hear the
What
word.
about the way I say it? The N blank 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 R. Like and like even Time Magazine will do that bit, which is
that's the
basically
word.
saying the word.
Because a word is just the representation of what that thing means.
Like, everyone knows what it is.
Yeah.
Alan in Sacramento, what's up, buddy?
Bennington's greetings.
Greetings.
As a child of the 70s, I want to give these youngsters a little heads up on proper LSD taking etiquette.
Good.
Yeah, you need a ground pilot.
Somebody who's not tripping?
Exactly.
Yeah, I would never. I'm not comfortable with that person. It's almost like saying we're going on vacation, but one guy's staying home. I mean, I don't think I want to be around anyone who's not tripping when I'm tripping.
It's
let alone somebody who thinks that they know some fucking psychology, and you know what I mean?
Fuck that.
I don't like having anyone around who is like going to report later. That's what I don't like. I don't like the one sober person.
Yeah, I don't
who's
like that either.
Dude, you know what you said last night? Fuck that guy.
Yeah, fuck that guy. You want somebody who accidentally ended up blowing someone too, not someone who saw you do it and didn't stop you. No, I don't like that. I don't like. I forget what they would call it in the world of asset, where it would basically be like a person that was minding you, and
like your shaman or something.
Yeah, for them decide it's time for you to listen to music, or won't you try, drawing. Fuck you,
it
man.
Seems sexual.
I'm fucking tripping.
Doesn't that seem kind of sexual? Like one person in the power position.
It's Cosby.
Guided.
It's like being with Cosby. And I remember when Cosby pulled my zipper down, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Sleep." Hey, 844 Rock God, 844 Rock God. Here's Sean in North Carolina.
Hey, Ronnie B.
Hey.
How much did Vito have to pay extra to get the buttons put on the right side of his suit he's getting?
I would say this. You know how they have the buttons on the other side for women's jackets?
Yeah.
I don't have the skills to be able to turn around and button from that direction.
Well, it's just a learned... It's a learned thing because I have worn men's button-down shirts before, and or like a men's flannel shirt, and just felt like, wait, what just happened? And then I feel all confused, like I don't know what's happening.
It's like if you were forced to use your knife and fork like a European. Now, their style of not switching hands makes way more sense, but I can't fucking do it. I will just automatically switch my knife and fork into opposite hands.
Right.
I didn't know Europeans were always...
Europeans keep their fork and knife in the same hand at all time. An American, i.e. human being, switches their knife over for cutting and then puts the fork in that hand. They keep the knife in the right hand for cutting and keep the fork in the left hand at all times.
And they never put it down. And
then they do something else that disgusts me.
When they shovel? Yeah.
That disgusts me, and I can't stand to look at them.
They use the two utensils at the same time.
Yeah.
So then this is fork and this is knife. So not only are they cutting, but then the knife will then push food onto the fork.
Yeah.
And then also, have you noticed, like more typically, an American will eat like this, with their wrist kind of turned the other way. They will take the fork and then bring it up to their mouth without flipping their hand around the other way.
Like their fork is upside down?
Yeah, to us, their fork would be like upside down.
I see that, and I see it in restaurants all the time.
Yeah.
And I'll say, excuse me, you're an American now. Don't do that fucked up way of eating. Vito, it looks like you want to add something. You keep...
No, I'm trying to figure out. I think I eat the European way.
You never take your knife out of your right hand.
No, yeah, I use the knife, and then I eat with the left fork, and I actually don't flip it over.
You don't have to think that you know that you do. You just know that you now do. But him going, I think I eat that way. Now, it may be because you grew up eating with immigrants, Italian immigrants.
Yeah.
And they're filthy, and we're trying to stop them from coming into this country, into Trump America.
I will say I do eat spaghetti or any long. I will eat with a spoon in the right hand, use it like that, and I eat with my left.
The spoon goes in the left hand and then twirl.
I keep the spoon in my right hand.
How can you possibly twirl with your left hand?
I do.
I couldn't do it.
I've never eaten pasta that way ever.
How do you eat?
I'll just twist it on the plate with the fork and then pick it up.
Yeah, but you just would use a big major spoon the same way that you use the plate. So you're not scratching at the plate.
Yeah.
Now, I can't be around people who, like a 3-year-old, slice and cut their pasta.
Oh, no, I
and eat
hate
the small
seeing that.
things.
I hate seeing that. And I have seen adults do that.
I've seen adults do
I've never seen that. A fucking adult do that. That's fucking insane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I will say, me using the spoon to eat a spaghetti or a linguine is not really like proper Italian, but it is very Italian American. Like, I don't think the people in Italy are using the spoon, but Italian Americans do.
Let me ask you this. The people in Italy, like an Italian American, take their shirt off when they're eating.
And just sit there in a wife beater.
Yeah. This is good gravy.
More gravy.
Ma! I don't have enough gravy, Ma! We don't talk business at the table. You were just talking business, son. You know it. I think we only have wait lists now if you want to be part of the thing, if anybody cancels.
Yes, exactly. We have a wait list. That's for Street Jokes. That's happening next Thursday, June 29th at 8 p.m. at the Stand Comedy Club in New York City. Go to theterrorbang.com and put on the wait list.
I don't think waitlist is the thing to push. The thing to push is Street Jokes, which I don't know if you even mentioned.
Street Jokes.
You pushed waitlist.
Who wants to be on Street Jokes waitlist?
You made it seem like they were weightless, like they were going to be in space.
All right.
You know what? You're fucking love drunk right now.
I'm a little, yeah.
You are. You got
call her
in
last
love.
night?
We spent the night together last night.
Ooh, let's spend the night together. Where at? Her place?
Her place, yes.
She has roommates?
Yes, she has one roommate.
They hear you banging all night?
I don't know. And
Is that the sound it makes?
When you were crushing it?
smashing it hard body.
When you were smashing her out last night.
Smashing her out.
Christ.
Let's see what else I want to talk about today. Gail, you got into this thing that you have favorite bad movies.
Yes. So there's a list up. You can check it out on the Interrobang. And they decided what are the best bad movies. Now, this is not necessarily, the way they did it is not necessarily like just an opinion. They took, the critics' reception, plus like the Rotten Tomatoes, plus like how much positive feedback there is on the movie.
Give me the top 5 and I'll know whether I care about this list at all.
These are the top
Because
5.
here's what bugs me. If you like a bad movie, why are you calling it a bad movie? Why aren't you calling this an enjoyable thing? Like, let's say Happy Gilmore is not made in the same way that Goodfellas is, right?
Right.
But does that make Happy Gilmore a bad movie?
No.
You know what I mean?
I think that Happy Gilmore has self-awareness of the kind of movie it is. You know what I mean?
Oh, so you're saying it lacks self-awareness.
Sometimes.
So somebody thinks they're making The Godfather.
Exactly.
And it's fucking closer to Dumb and Dumber.
Yes.
Okay. And they're now saying that movie is made poorly and you respond to it poorly, yet you still like that.
Yet it is still enjoyable and has people who, either are into it or,
This reminds me of people who like to smell rotten food. You know what I mean? Like it smells bad, yet they keep going back to it with an upside down European fork. All right, you got the top 5?
Got the top 5.
Give me 5.
5. Batman and Robin from 97. That's the Clooney Batman.
Well, I find nothing enjoyable about that movie. So what is their criteria that this is a good bad movie?
That it was Rotten Tomatoes score and that they're
No, what is their critical thing? Not that they have a rotten tomato. I'm asking the wrong person. I go to number 4.
Number 4 is Masters of the Universe. That's the He-Man movie.
Did not see it. Sounds like it's a children's movie. So see, both of those movies are something that 90s kids would have loved in the 90s.
Right.
Now they've grown up to know that they're awful, but they're going, I don't want to get, I don't want to get away from how it made me feel at 5.
at 4. Yeah, and they thought that was it was just ridiculous that was even made. That was their reasoning.
Yeah, that isn't reasoning. Go ahead.
Congo, 1995.
Oh my god!
Again, another '90s thing that you liked when you were a little kid. All these movies came out about the same
I
time.
will say, I will always watch Congo, even though it is a bad movie. Stop eating my sesame cake.
Amy, good gorilla. Amy, good gorilla.
It's a children's movie. It was appreciated by children. Why are you now bringing it up? Like, no, it's awful, but still, it's great. It's because you are locked in. It's like why you have nostalgic feelings when you see a Santa Claus now, and you'll call him Santa Claus. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, hi, Santa, even though there's not a child around you. All right.
2, Wild Wild West, 99.
Same exact thing. Same exact thing.
And their number one best bad movie, Godzilla from 98.
This is just 90s kids movies that the critics have grown up to say, I now like good movies, but I still love movies I saw when I was a kid. And I would agree. I understand that feeling. Now, let's go to Chris Stanley. Do you have a good bad movie?
A good bad movie would be They Live, which is a B movie, the John Carpenter movie with Roddy Piper.
What makes you say that it's bad?
I guess because the ridiculousness of the situation. There's sunglasses.
I love the fucking concept. He gets these glasses where he's able to see corporate America hypnotizing people.
Right.
And there's a fight that lasts 19 and a half minutes.
Keith David.
Yeah, I wouldn't have a problem with people saying it's a low budget movie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's a B movie. I mean, the fact that that you're using Roddy Piper and rather than a real actor. All right, let me go to Jen next. Good bad movie.
It's probably a movie I just saw, which was Rough Night with Scarlett Johansson and Zoe Kravitz.
There is a.
That's like they're on a bachelorette or something.
Bachelorette party,
This is the newest thing I believe since Bridesmaid.
Yeah,
it's guy comedies made starring women.
Right.
Guys kind of gross out movies starring women. I think there's a bad review on it right now up on the iBank. Who wrote that?
Leslie Coffin.
All right. Leslie, I normally agree with her point of view, although sometimes she loves things that if I go, yeah, it was pretty good, she gets mad at me. No, you got to love it. I'm like, I think you're pushing me too hard on this. What did you love about it?
I love Zoe, which, I wasn't like a huge fan of her acting until this movie, which I was surprised.
You love the way she looks.
The way she looked. And actually, her acting was pretty good. Like, I thought Kate McKinnon was going to be like the star of the movie.
Yeah.
But she wasn't that funny to me. She was that good in this movie.
Interesting.
She played an Australian. She had an Australian accent the entire time. And I thought I would laugh at it, but I was like, this is just getting obnoxious now. Like, I don't know. I didn't like it.
All right. Do you have a good, bad movie?
Yes, I do. I would say my favorite good, bad movie is The Quick and the Dead. Now, I'll say why I consider it. Yeah. I think that the dialogue is bizarre, and oftentimes
I decide whether you live or die.
I own everything. If you live to see the dawn, it's because I allow it.
It's good.
It's very broad. The violence is broad and bizarre. Most of the plot points are unearned and strange. However,
cannot be killed by bullet.
However, it's insanely entertaining, and I want to watch it every time it's on. And I would even say it's one of those weird things, like the performances are kind of like varied in it. Like, I think Gene Hackman is great in it, and I think Leonardo DiCaprio is great in it, but I think Sharon Stone's pretty stiff in it, and it's very unbalanced.
Can I tell you something? Sharon Stone in that long
Duster?
That Duster's great, but when she wakes up on that bed of dynamite and she has that long,
like a nightshirt,
a long nightshirt hanging between her legs, she's fucking unbelievable. What about Leo when he's like, I'm so fast, I can't believe it.
The kid.
To me, the funniest thing about that movie is there's a main street and no secondary streets at all.
Yes.
I don't know why they decided to call this a town.
Yes.
Strip.
This is
or wouldn't you say hey, let's move our houses a little further away. Let's get a little space so we can have some yard.
Considering I can just see desert out for a million miles.
There's no reason for us to put our homes up against each other. All right, a good bad movie for me is Saving Private Ryan. I actually think that movie is unbelievably bad once they get off the beach. And everyone else seems to love it.
Yeah, I feel like I blocked out a lot of the rest of the plot. I remember the beach vividly. I remember those scenes. And then I remember that one like monologue where he's talking about his brother having sex with the ugly girl or something.
Yeah.
Those are like the only two things I remember from the movie.
You remember something that I forgot completely because I don't remember that scene at all. But I always found it funny that they all get their death scene separately. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like normally in a battle, 6 or 7 guys are going to die. Not one. Then another battle, another guy dies. And we're supposed to cry each time. Nick in St. Louis. Nick.
Yeah, good bad movie. Shoot 'em Up with Clive Owen and Monica Bellucci, and Paul Giamatti's in that too.
I could not make it through that movie. I think it's one of the worst things Paul Giamatti has ever done, which now is saying a lot. I know he started strong. 844 Rock God, 844 Rock God. Good bad movies. 844 Rock God. Jaman, what's up, buddy?
How about us?
Hey, buddy.
My favorite good terrible movie is Con Air. It is absolutely awful, and I will never turn it off if it's on TV.
Now, that is almost completely agreed to by everything.
Yeah.
Everybody. Again, 90s movie, so you probably saw it when you were younger. And B, maybe it's not as bad as we think, because it's highly entertaining.
And you also, like, I've questioned more over the years how self-aware that movie is. Because you're like, you're the director and you have him, like, do the, why, put the bunny back in the box. And you're like, hey, let's do that again. Like,
make it really crazy.
Weird.
Yeah. Do it again, but make it crazy as you possibly can. And there was no reason for that Italian man to play Southern. Right. And there was no reason for him to have that haircut when people were already making fun of that haircut at the time.
Yeah, when he just steps off the bus and he's just like wind in his sweaty hair.
That's
great. It's just like closing his eyes and feeling it.
I'm
so
like,
good.
hey, soldier boy, I'm going to molest your woman in front of you. Yeah, they were aware. They were aware they're making something crappy.
Also, like, for just the action movie line when he yells out to Sai and he ends it with Anara and drops the,
that's
the
good.
match or the light or whatever.
Chuck in Boston. What's up, Chuck?
Hey,
Yeah.
things to do in Denver when you're dead.
That movie was the let's make our own Tarantino movie. So we all felt like we liked Tarantino so much in the 90s that we put up with some movies that we later said, no, we hate this.
Boat Drinks, man. Boat Drinks.
Boat Drinks was bad, but I also hated Andy Garcia. Like, I can't be with this woman, right? I can't. And then him going back, I can't be with you. And then going back to her boyfriend, you better take good care of her because I can't be. Hey, dude, you're out. It's not up to you how I take care of her. You are not involved with her any fucking more. There's nothing I hate worse than anyone saying you better take good care of her. I'm like, hey, fuck you. Maybe I'll take you.
Too cocky.
Yeah. I'll fucking take you outside and take care of you. How's that fucking sound to you? You
like that?
Anyway, Boat Drinks.
Boat Drinks.
Boat Drinks. Bob in Texas.
Hey, buddy. Hey. Twister. My stepson loves it, and it's one of those good, bad movies. And makes me want to hate him, but we watch it every time.
I'm going to take this back to Gail again. Self-aware? Did they know they were making something silly?
I don't think. I mean, here's the thing. If you look at, let's say, Philip Seymour Hoffman's performance, I feel like he's pretty self-aware. But I think that if you watch some of the other scenes, the way they're handling the drama of the twisters, I think it seems like they're not aware how thick they're laying it on at times.
Philip Seymour Hoffman is such a good actor that I thought he was a terrible actor. I thought he was the guy.
Yeah.
In Twister going sustenance.
Extreme, baby.
And the Eddie Van Halen soundtrack that's supposed to sound like a Twister. But when they had a Twister come through the drive-in screen, they had to feel like we're making a cartoon movie, right?
There's also, if only for this one scene to tell you about like the way the drama's handled, they're explaining to Jamie Gertz in F5.
Oh, yeah.
And they're going like talking around the table and they're like, only one of us has seen an F5. And she's like, who? And like that like thing of like everyone knows who's seen the F5.
But no, I think it was like they were laughing about an F4, and then she goes, "What about an F5?" And they all fucking stared at her like, "How dare you? How dare you?"
It's a totally normal question.
Yes.
You just took me up to F4.
Yes.
You're
F4 is fun to talk about. F5, you fucking piece of garbage.
How could you do that when you know her parents died at an F5? You sick fuck.
Let's go here to Pat in New Jersey. Pat.
Oh, sorry, bud. I had another call on another phone. But, I had Reign of Fire as the movie I picked.
Is that a dragon movie?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't watch
I'm
Dragon.
sorry, it's lagging? Can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm just going to hang up on you, though, and take your other call, please. Do you like it, Chris?
I like Reign of Fire.
Yeah, I can't imagine.
Chris loves dragons.
It's a good dragon movie.
You guys could not be more polar opposite on your feelings about dragons.
It's unbelievable how we both feel differently about dragons.
And I'm dead center. You know, a dragon's not going to ruin the movie for me, but I'm not crazy about him, Chris.
844 Rock God, Brian, Ohio.
The best bad movie of all time has to be Roadhouse.
Well, I'm going to agree that the fact that he's a bouncer and it's treated like a rock star is fucking hilarious.
Right.
My favorite thing is that his shitty apartment or his shitty little house he lives in looks over the mansion that the other people are. So he's sitting outside nursing his wounds, looking across the fucking lake at the people who beat the fuck out of him. It's insane.
Getting off their didn't they have like a helipad?
Patrick Swayze might be the best bad actor of all time because he was terrible as an actor. And he's still beloved to this day.
He's very loved.
By fans and anyone who's ever met him. Anyone who's ever met him says nothing but good things about him.
I love him. Ghost? Come on. So good.
I haven't seen Ghost since it came out. Again, is that a 90s movie?
Yeah, very early 90s.
Yeah, that still makes it the 90s, though, guys. And I do think that there's a love for 80s, 90s movies that stink. What bothers me now is people will say that the good, bad movies of the 90s are good movies. You know what I mean?
Right.
When in reality, they're bad movies made for children. Matt, in Tulsa, Matt.
Hey, the best bad movie of all time is Flash Gordon. You got to go back to the 80s for that one.
Well, Flash Gordon has, without a doubt, the best theme song in the history of the world. It is an odd movie. And the odd thing about it, it's not better than Flesh Gordon, the 1970s porn movie that came out. But this song is one of the things that Chris and I can agree on.
In the S case.
What's wrong, Chris? Can't do it right?
Wrong link.
Okay. Why is that?
My own stupidity.
He's going to save every one of us?
He'll save every one of us. I believe in the movie he was a quarterback for the Jets.
How about where Queen's Head was at this time? Where they decided we're absolutely nuts. All right, Tommy Johnigan wants to jump in on the Roadhouse movie. Tommy, great to hear from you, buddy.
Hey, buddy. I'm sorry you moved past it, but anytime Roadhouse comes up, my favorite moment in all of film is two of the bad guys hiding out. They're stoop down in their truck trying to stake out Patrick Swayze, and then they widen out to reveal they're in a literal Bigfoot truck in the parking lot.
Trying
to lay low.
My thing is that Patrick Swayze has his own mentor who's elderly and still getting in fistfights. Now, I'll say this. I think age, I'll say 38 is the last time that you could be punched anywhere without it hurting for fucking 4 months.
An old man of a life of just fucking constant fist fights.
He takes
if I see an old bouncer, I'm burning the fucking bar to the ground.
Yeah. And then the hot chick who everybody's watching dancing, that turns into a rape scene out of nowhere.
It gets very rapey, yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks.
Take care. Tommy John again. He loves Roadhouse, and why wouldn't he? So, is there a superiority thing that we have when we watch something like that is so bad that we can laugh at it?
I think it could be that, and it could also be that oftentimes if something's bad, it's very on the surface. So for you to sit there and say, I've seen this movie before, I know that I'm not going to have to work hard or pay attention, I'm going to let how dumb this movie is kind of wash over me. It can be kind of comforting and fun to do.
What was the movie we watched on Father's Day where our family mocked every single line of the movie? And just sitting around on couches and easy chairs, just feeling like the smartest
Tearing it apart.
people. Yeah,
I know
we were all Oscar Wilde. That's where we thought our wit was.
I know what it was. Because at first I thought it was Con Air. That was a previous holiday.
Yeah.
This was Speed.
Speed.
This was Speed.
Well, the fun thing about Speed, and that is, I'm going to take that. This is a great bad movie because it's very exciting, but there's no possible way anyone who's smart enough to do what the bad guy did wouldn't just have a startup and make $1 billion for himself. I mean, within 2 days of his elevator trick being stopped, he came up with the bus trick. He's got it wired where if it goes under, and what was he going to do if, I mean, the chances were that bus was just going to blow up.
Yeah.
And then he's got nothing after all that work.
Shit, that bus thing really did happen very quickly afterwards.
The dude was still fucking limping, and he was able to wire his fucking house.
Yeah.
I mean, he wired all kinds of
Did
shit.
everything.
And then wired the second thing where, okay, we go to the subway, and he cut a hole from the subway into a trash can. I mean, the work that would take alone.
Good God.
I think that Blue Velvet and Speed are closer than they should be because he's still doing that, hey, friend. You know what I mean? Where he's just making a normal person feel bad about being normal.
And just doing full-on comic book villain for no reason, just like,
yeah, right.
like as he like runs out of the room.
Yeah.
Like, why?
You tell that wildcat, you know, because of what college she went to, Kentucky. What?
Speech that picked up on that.
His name wasn't Speed. Dude. You're thinking of
I think
Speed
his name was
Racer.
Jack Speed.
Speed, get in here. We've got another bus with a bomb on it.
What? Oh my God.
Really busy bomb squad.
And he just happens to be coming out of a coffee place. The bomb, the first bus blows up, and then the phone starts ringing. This guy knew exactly where he was.
Yes.
And like how good a time, I don't know what time, I couldn't tell you what time Chris gets here every day. And I know him. And I wouldn't be able to pull a Speed on him as he got off the subway.
Oh, you're no Jack Speed, that's for sure.
Look at Vito. He so much wants to be in this. I know what you're going to say, The Rock.
No, it's actually a movie from a few years ago called White House Down. It's directed by Roland Emmerich. And the first time I saw it, I thought it was just a parody of all of his other movies. And then I realized he straight up just made this awful fucking
But there's got to be, look, we're talking about good bad movies that we enjoy.
Well,
It just can't be bad.
I was laughing at it throughout because just the lines are so over the top, and like the black president yelling at somebody, "Get off my Jordans."
Okay, let's all go back to seeing whether we're going to accept this. Do you see what I'm saying? I'm saying it can't be just a poorly made movie.
Right.
It's got to be an entertaining bad movie, i.e. Roadhouse.
Yeah.
We want Roadhouse to win.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
The rich guy's a dick.
I mean, we wouldn't sit there and we'd feel bad if Roadhouse died at the end of that movie.
I don't want Roadhouse to die.
Look, no one would like it as much if Roadhouse died.
In this movie, Channing Tatum's daughter is lost, and you want him to get back his daughter before the terrorists win.
Yes, we're understanding that, but did you care? Did you feel like Shannon Tatum or fucking Jimmy Fox were in actual trouble at any point?
I would also say it's got to be a movie that has, even though it's on the surface, you can find like new things that are ridiculous about it every time you watch it. I think that's also really essential.
Raina in Michigan.
Hey, I'm talking about Mars Attacks.
All right, Mars Attacks was made as a parody to sci-fi movies of the 50s, and it's actually really clever. It's a good movie. It's
It might just be a simply good movie because again, I would say Mars Attacks is very self-aware of the type of movie, the broad acting, the over-the-top dialogue.
Marty Short is embarrassingly good in that movie where he's being so sexual. And then
so good.
Jack Nicholson is funny as the president, but as the casino guy, where he's like, people still want to roll them bones. I mean, I just think he's unbelievably great. So, Raina, we're going to put that in as a movie that landed perfectly. And again, I'm going to go back to Vito's and say, this doesn't get it because I don't buy into it for a second. We're Con Air. I do want Con Air to get back and bring that bunny with him. Look, he can't help it that he was a lethal weapon. He had every right to defend his wife when he just got back from battle.
Defend his wife and Casey. Dear Casey.
I always laugh. Like, I honestly think of Officer and a Gentleman as a good bad movie. And that was another thing where the military guy is getting picked on by guys that you know he's going to trounce these fuckers. Like, what kind of idiot starts shit with a Marine? You know what I mean? And you'll always see that in the movie. Hey, baby killer. And you're like, this is a fantasy that tough guys have. Nobody is dumb enough to do that. Joe in New Jersey.
Battlefield Earth, or any John Travolta movie, but Battlefield Earth always blows me away.
It's just bad.
No, it's not. It's Travolta and in that costume, and it rivets me.
It's actually it's an L. Ron Hubbard book.
Yes.
They made a bad book and a bad movie.
Yeah, it was like his masterpiece among Scientologists. I think.
Is that right?
Yeah, they think that's the book that defines his entire literary career. And the movie's only the first half of the book. I read it.
I believe also that Battlefield Earth, much like Quick and the Dead, is just obsessively using Dutch angles the entire movie.
I don't know what that means.
So a Dutch angle is when it's shot like askew like this. So in Quick and the Dead, there's all these shots and it's like meow, and it's like moving in sideways. And Battlefield Earth is the same thing. Like every other shot is the Dutch angle.
Like from the bottom.
It's pretty much it's like the visual equivalent of bad dialogue.
Greg in Long Island.
It's got to be Showgirls.
This is a very big movie with gay men. Gay men
really
love Showgirls.
I feel like I've seen it once in my life, but I could probably enjoy watching it again.
It's still on cable quite a bit. Like a lot of times you'll just be like, wow, they're still showing Showgirls this much. So but I also think people are drawn to it because it's a masturbation movie for people who don't go to porn or realize that there's porn sites.
Right.
I know when it first came out, I was like, I got to watch Showgirls. There's going to be tits in it.
Yeah.
And the same thing with Wild Things.
Yeah. Wild Things could be a good bad movie.
Yeah.
I would throw it into that.
Yeah.
Because I think they thought that they were making
I agree,
Something yeah. clever.
a film noir for children. I thought it was film noir for high school kids. And any of the swerves in that movie, no one cared about.
I do like that she was calling Nev Campbell swamp trash as a thing of Florida.
I'd never heard that
white
either.
trash. And I remember I was going, nobody says swamp trash. Oh, her? She's swamp trash.
Shit. Most people really don't live in the swamp. They live on the outskirts of the swamp.
You shouldn't.
I mean, you're making a real commitment to live in the swamps. Matt, California.
Hey, it's one of those that you'll watch every time you come across it. In the Line of Fire, where Clint Eastwood is not only part of the detail where Kennedy was shot, but years later, as a 68-year-old, becomes back in the current president's detail and wheezing and coughing and
He's going to end up standing over the grave of another dead president. I think John Malkovich is so fucking good in that movie. And there's this scene where he has a plastic gun that he's made out of plastic so he can get it on an airplane. And these two hunters are like, what kind of little gun you got there? And you're like, oh, I know they're fucked. And he shoots them both. And then you just see him sit there quietly and tilt his head. And he's just thinking of something. That is the weirdness of that scene. He's a master. He's one of the greatest of all times. Steve, Tampa.
Yeah, Ronnie, what about in the 70s, that Don't Be Afraid of the Dark? You got to remember that one, right?
Yeah, I'm not a big fan of those kind of gross out slasher type horror movies. Yeah, they never worked for me. Gabriel, in New York, what's up?
Hey, favorite bad movie is Return of the Living Dead back in the 1980s. Mainly because you have a punk street girl basically doing a strip show at a graveyard only to be eaten alive by zombies like in the next act.
Now, again, don't you think that's as good as these kind of movies can get? I mean, George Romero made those movies to be B movies.
And Return of the Living Dead was kind of a parody. It was still a fucking zombie film, but it was a bit of a parody, too.
The fact that people haven't let go of zombies is amazing to me. Vito, who was on the hotline?
It was Jeffrey Gurn. He's going to call back in 10 minutes.
Why is he going to call back?
Because we were talking about the movies just now.
Why was he going to call in the first place?
Because we were talking about him before.
Well, you could have put him on hold.
Okay, sorry.
No, you know what? You made your own call. That's producing. You made your own call. David, Missouri. David.
Yeah, my movie is The Last Boy Scout. I don't know if you've already covered it. I came to the conversation late, but
no, we did not cover it.
Okay.
The Last Boy Scout, a Sean Black film, and from what I understand, the star of the movie got involved changing a lot. I'm sorry, Shane Black, changing a lot of the things in the studio, got involved. So it probably should have been a good movie. But I saw, well, first of all, Bruce Willis just makes bad movies now. But I saw the trailer that looks so bad. It's called Once Upon a Time in Venice. And it's on now, went to demand, but you got to pay, I don't know what it is, $6.98 for it instead of the $2. Yeah. And it looked, and I just wasn't in the mood to watch something bad, but I think I will get around to it. Chris, I wanted to check with you. Did you watch Better Call Saul?
I did watch Better Call Saul.
And?
Well, it was a fantastic fucking season, and Jimmy's an asshole.
So you agree with me?
He's
100%.
He's a fucking asshole for what. There's no reason for him to have fucking done that.
Other than, I guess we wanted to see him feel bad again instead of good.
Just feel good. Fuck it. It was really annoying.
Yeah.
Why did you fucking do that?
Was it like a kind of a pussy-ish
yes,
like
he's a
decision?
Pussy. Yeah, he did something pussy.
I was surprised it happened. And I was like, well, you can't be doing this.
Now, when you're surprised something happens like that, is that bad writing to you? You feel like it broke the character a little bit?
Yeah, because I don't think for what he's going to become, I feel like he wouldn't do that later on.
Yes, but does that show you where this show's trying to say is that he's part Jimmy Miguel and part Saul Goodman? You know what I mean? Like, he's both right now.
Yeah. But
wait,
also,
wait a minute. Which part did you think was stupid? What he did with the old lady or his brother?
Old lady.
Oh, I didn't mind that at all. It was the brother. That's what
when he went to
frustrated
him?
me.
Oh, yeah, that
yeah, we're not trying to give it away. We're trying to keep that
seems like we can all
like we
figure
did
it
for
out.
you yesterday. Yeah. You say thank you, but you're not part of it now. You're not doing it. Why don't we take a break here? But that was fun. The good bad movies. Thanks. Now what I want to do is bad good movies. And by the way, that's where I would have put Last Boy Scout.
I will put bad good movies, English Patient.
Oh, yeah, I got plenty of those. You know, I still can't make it through a movie like Remains of the Day that I know people love.
Yeah.
Anything that is like English people with a big house, I just can't do it. I can't fucking watch that.
I don't think you'd like Downton Abbey.
Yeah, I didn't know. I never saw it.
I loved it. So good.
No, by the way, the fact that he did that thing proves that he's still a good person. The thing they did with the old lady, I was mad at him more for doing such a terrible thing. I think he could have done it without hurting her.
You think?
Yeah, I think he could have just said, I need you to do this. And she's an old lady and she would have done it. I don't think that you had to ruin her life. Ring's mission is to make neighborhoods safer. Today, over 1 million people use the amazing Ring video doorbell to help protect their homes. Ring knows home security begins at the front door, but it doesn't end there.
So now they're extending that same level of security to the rest of your home with the Ring Floodlight Cam. Just like Ring's amazing doorbell, Floodlight Cam is a motion-activated camera and floodlight that connects right to your phone with HD video and two-way audio that lets you know the moment anyone steps on your property.
See and speak to visitors, even set off an alarm right from your phone with Ring's Floodlight Cam. When things go bump in the night, you'll immediately know what it is, whether you're home or away. The Ring Floodlight Cam lets you keep an eye on your home from anywhere.
Ring Floodlight offers the ultimate in home security with high visibility floodlights and a powerful HD camera that puts security in your hands. With Ring, you're always home. Save up to $150 off a Ring security kit when you go to ring.com/comedy. Ring.com/comedy. That's ring.com/comedy.
Who's singing that song, by the way?
That is James for production.
I can't believe how good his Bowie is.
I know.
On that last line.
I enjoy listening to Let's Dish.
I know you enjoy the dish, too.
I do.
I think we all enjoy the dish because we're not natural gossipers, so I learn about gossip during the dish.
Yeah.
I know who we were supposed... I saw some TMZ gossip yesterday. I can't even remember what it is, but it had to do... Man, I'm not sure whether it was political. You can't keep... You couldn't even go back and look because the TMZ, it just moves so fast. You know what I mean? Like there's so many a day.
Yeah.
But let's dish. Let's get this started.
Okay, so we know that Colin Jost and ScarJo were a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, now she's out with a new guy, which is her lawyer. He's a celebrity entertainment lawyer named Kevin Yorn.
So you think it's over already?
I think they were out in the daytime. They might, because, you know, they were seen at the bar hanging out at nighttime, you know, like they were kissing. It seemed like a quick hookup. And then they were seen again at nighttime. For me, this is kind of more serious because she was holding hands on the street during the day in New York.
I'd rather be the nighttime guy. I don't want to be the daytime guy going shopping with her. I want to be nighttime kissing man.
I don't want to be holding hands. I want to be Frenching.
Yeah.
For me, it's always more serious when it's like the daytime. Like if they bring me out during the day.
Really?
Yeah.
What?
Nighttime.
I would never bring you out during the day.
I keep you in shade of night.
There's only one place that I would meet you, and that's on the dark side of the street. Which, by the way, I'm one of thinking those The illicit affair is the one that is more exciting and lasts longer.
You mean when they're like with other people?
When it's a taboo affair, like let's keep this on the DL. They're the exciting affairs. The worst affairs is I'm here to meet your mom, and I'm here to, that's an affair you don't want to be in.
Well, you get to live in the new phase, the exciting phase, for way longer because you don't spend time with each other.
Yeah. Like this cock is in his exciting phase right now.
So you could go on. You could go on for 2 years. Feeling like, ooh, this is so new because you're like, well, yeah, because we can only see each other very specific time.
On the dark side of the street.
But upon first dating, I feel like you need to do daytime dinners. I mean, not dinners, daytime,
like early bird special?
Like early bird stuff. Yes.
I never.
Like a buffet?
Because when it gets to nighttime, you almost get into that category of a booty call. Mm-hmm. That's how I feel.
All right. See how many went through and I still can't find it. They find the gossip, TMZ.
Churning this shit out.
And they're never wrong.
No.
All their gossip is correct. By the way, J-Law, I think she's already at those numbers we were talking about yesterday where it starts to be blah. You know what I mean? I think her dating has been one of a serial dater.
Yeah, she does have she's had a lot of celebrity.
Many.
Yeah.
Many. One of the most of all time. She loves it. One of the most ever.
She's hot right now.
I don't think, what was her first, she's been around for 18, 19 years, I think.
Yeah.
She's been a star that long.
Really?
Wow. Because I knew her from Hunger Games.
It was 15 years ago that she did the movie with Bill Murray.
What movie?
Wait, do I have the...
you said J-Lo. You meant Scarlett Johansson.
I thought that's what we were talking about. Did I say the wrong name?
No. But you said J-Lo.
You know why? Because ScarJo and J-Lo, it's too confusing for me. Why did you guys think I would just bring her up out of nowhere?
I don't know. I thought just you saw someone on there.
No, I don't see it. Don't look at that. Don't look at that.
Okay, yeah, but Scarlett Johansson, she has had... I mean, she was married to Ryan Reynolds for about 2 years, I believe.
I saw her at a little party that we had, and she wouldn't make eye contact with any of the guys because I thought it would be too much. She's a tiny little thing.
Really? Yeah, she seems
tiny little things with big breasts.
Yeah,
adorable. But she came across more cute than stunning to me.
She was supposed to go to SUNY Purchase.
Is that right?
She was enrolled in the film program, and then I can't remember which big movie she landed, and she's like, no, I can't even try.
I don't blame her.
I can't even remember.
I hope it was Ghost World. I would hope. I think that if she would have went to college, she would have boned a professor. That's my belief. Oh, yeah. All right, what's next on the dish?
So Drake, he's after another young hot model. Bella Hadid. She dated The Weeknd.
Yeah. She's one of those people oh, that name keeps coming up, but I never really know who she is.
You'll never forget Hadid.
To me, she's the hotter Hadid. The other one dates Zayn from One Direction.
What's the other
Hadid? I didn't know there was more Hadids.
Her name is, it's their sisters. Bella is I think she's 20 now, and then Gigi.
I think the only way to be with them is together.
I thought that was just a nickname that they called Bella. I just assumed this was one person.
Bella and Gigi.
Bella, or as I call her,
that
Gigi.
one's Gigi.
And this is Bella.
Bella's, that's the one Drake's after.
Both attractive ladies.
Oh,
breaking news. The Hadids are attractive. I just found out who they are, really.
You're dating so many women, we almost forget that you're gay. Let me just ask the boys. Drake, gay? Not gay.
He's gay. He's Jimmy from Degrassi. He's gay.
Gay,
Child
not
actor.
great, Vito.
He wasn't gay.
I'm going to give him gay for specifically the Serena Williams romance. I feel like that's a really manly girl to go after.
Yeah, those things are faked. That's something set up by the publicist. And maybe this Colin Jost thing was the same way.
Yeah.
Not that Colin Jost was with Drake. Don't get confused with that.
Then he is gay.
Did you see that Patriots lineman came out and said that he was gay?
No.
Yeah, but he didn't announce it while he was a football player. And he said he kept playing football so people wouldn't know that he was gay. And we're like, well, it's the 2000s. People are
figure
pretty
it out.
good. I mean, we're having a parade this weekend. That's how good we are accepting that people are gay.
Gay will find a way.
By the way, how long has it been since Fez was in that parade?
6 years?
No.
5?
The fact that he doesn't. He gives me wrong answers all the time. And he goes, 5? None of that makes sense. It was my favorite
Look it up where?
fucking thing that I ever saw. Oh, the internet covered it pretty big. But Fez in the gay parade, fucking swinging that thing going down the highway. Funniest shit I ever saw.
Vitamin water. 5 years ago.
5 years ago. Why'd you say it like 5?
5 years ago?
He had a rough time coming out. Wasn't easy for him.
Mm-hmm.
That's a lot of times after 12, 13 years of wrestling with it, you could just say, yeah, I am. I am G, is what I would say. Give me more dish. I want small plates.
A little amuse bouche.
So Danielle Bergoli, aka the Cash Me Outside girl.
Oh,
how about that?
I
never. This is the first time I heard her real name.
Danielle Bergoli.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty name, but now she's just known as Catch Me Outside. Like yesterday, I was walking to the bus and like I had my headphones in and I stopped my music just to switch songs. And I hear these girls like saying, Catch Me Outside. You know, like I think Gail could do it better than me.
No, go ahead, do it, Gail.
Catch me outside. How about that? Catch me outside. How about that? So what she's trying to say there is, if you want to fight her, you can step outside, and that is where you'll
Where
fight
is
her.
she from that she talks like that? Is she a Florida girl?
I don't know because her mom
Seems
doesn't
like
tell
swamp
me.
trash to me.
She's swamp trash. How about that?
What's with her? Anybody case her outside?
Well, she just bought a Porsche, which was $90,000. And I didn't realize that she was doing that well. Like, I heard...
No, she's doing well.
She's really doing well. Like, the girl... I mean, when I'm walking in the middle of the street in New York and someone's just screaming, Catch Me Outside, and then they're with their mom, and the mom... She had to explain her to their mother, and she was like, is she black? And I wanted to turn around and be like, why do you have to assume that? It's because of that phrase.
I'm just finding out now that she's not black.
No.
Now, is she old enough to drive that car?
No, she is...
No way.
She right now has a driver because she's
14 years old.
That's what I thought.
Yeah, she's getting her permit soon, but like right now, people, you know, her security team, which I mean, that's a lot of money too, just to have a security team and a driver.
Well, somebody yelling "Cash Me Outside" doesn't need a security team. Your whole thing is I'll fight anybody, anywhere.
Hey,
This
just
is
want to let you
proof.
guys know, I don't really want them to cash me outside.
Don't let them cash me outside, please. I don't want to be cashed out there.
Cash me outside where my security team is.
Yeah,
How about that?
I'd be very tough if I had a security team too. Fight my fucking security team, asshole.
What?
They'll shoot you.
And then another story, Jenny Slate, we talked about her yesterday. Well, it's reported that she might be dating John Hamm.
Damn. Nice.
Can I just say this? I think he's the one dating up.
Really?
I think she's crazy sexy. I think she's hilarious and sexy.
Don't forget the bulge, though.
Man, she does have a bulge.
No.
I was gonna call it a mound, but if you need to go bulge, that's something. You're immature.
Everyone is always.
You're like a baby.
Girl bulge.
Everyone is always trying to grab pics of the John Hamm bulge because he does not wear underpants.
What is he, ex-Navy SEAL?
I don't know, but he doesn't
Navy
wear...
SEALs will not wear underwear. I read
Really?
that before, yeah. I guess they're in too big of a hurry.
Well, they were at the movies together, which is so cute to me.
What movie they go see?
They just
Wonder
said that they
Woman?
went to a movie that was playing The Mummy, My Cousin Rachel, and Rough Night.
All right.
Wonder Woman. So they didn't
Guess
say
what?
movie.
Wonder Woman reminded me of the thing I saw on TMC. All right, Wonder Woman had this giant opening of a movie, and they paid her $300,000.
What?
And the next movie that she's scheduled to do with her, because you got to say, I'll sign up for a bunch of
Yeah.
movies, is $300,000.
Oh my
And
God.
Wonder Woman is saying, you know what? I don't think I want to get paid that much.
Actually, I realize that's a terrible deal I made.
Even though I said I would work for $300,000 because at the time that sounded pretty good. But they should be fucking ashamed of themselves.
Yeah, that's so vile and disgusting. Even if you just think about it like this, the company doesn't give a shit, right? Like they're just like, oh, we see an opportunity to save money, we're going to do it. So we're going to take this girl and say, yeah, we'll pay you $300,000. But why would you risk the PR disaster of looking like you're the fucking multi-billion-dollar thing that just paid your fucking lead $300,000?
What they're saying is it doesn't matter. The actor doesn't matter. And there's a whole shitty fucking generation of fans. And I'm looking at you, Vito. A whole just fucking taste for shit. That they don't care if Ed Norton is the Hulk, or if somebody else is the Hulk. Mark, I'll just say Ruffalo. I don't think that's
Ruffalo.
Ruffalo. They don't care. It doesn't occur to them. This is like if we went to see Rockies and there was a different Rocky. We're like, you know what? I don't like this anymore. That's not really Rocky. And what they're saying is anybody is Wonder Woman.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter.
But 300 fucking thousand?
That's fucked.
That's really, really shitty.
I got paid more than that on one dope deal. And it was fucking hairy, don't get me wrong. But when it was over, we're like, it's really over? So this is really ours. No one's going to kill us. Hold on. There's a baby that is named G. Our old buddy G, baby!
Hey!
What's up, pal?
Hey, what's up, Ronnie?
Hey.
Yeah, so you guys were just talking about the Wonder Woman thing.
We were.
And so she got paid $300,000, but that doesn't say how much she got with back end. And that's actually the going rate for a superhero who's in those movies. That's about how much the guy who played Superman made, Captain America, Thor, even Downey for the first movie only made $500K. So it's like people made a real big deal of it because there was this news story on Forbes that reported that the guy who played Superman made $14 million, which is not true.
Right.
So they made a big deal of it, and it's not a big deal.
But it's all about back end money. If they hit 500,000, they get money. If they hit 500 million, they get money. If they hit 600, there's another bump.
Right.
Is that it?
Yeah, like Downey, I don't know what he made for the first Avengers up front. Probably like, say, I'm guessing like $2 million. But he ended up making like $60 million because that movie made like $1 billion too.
And now he won't make regular movies because he can't get a nice. He'll be like, $5 million. Why would I do it?
Disgusting.
I wouldn't even fucking leave my house if I heard there was a bag of money in the driveway.
Yeah, so
All
that
right,
whole thing has been a little crazily reported. But so yeah.
Now, did you like Rough Night?
I've not seen Rough Night.
No,
I've not seen it. Working with Dino 9, I can only see really the sci-fi action stuff. All those other things I have to sort of wait for. But I do know you guys are excited for Baby Driver. I can confirm that is fucking amazing.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, Edgar Wright is one of those guys that I've decided I'll see every one of his films. I'm staying with him.
Yeah, and that one, it's like, I saw the trailer for Baby Driver, and I was like, that's it. I don't need to rewatch it again. I don't want to read another thing. I just want to see it. I'm sold. I don't
feel
want to
the
know.
same way as you. First of all, I thought it was a baby driving. I think it's a really bad title, because the fact that what is this, about a baby who takes a car? I don't want to see this.
I thought this was like a Boss Baby sequel.
I was trying to think. Edgar Wright, Wes Anderson, Paul Anderson, Tarantino, Sofia Coppola. Is there anyone else that you're like, no matter what they're making, a director, you'll see all their films?
Yeah, I think you kind of hit most of like the modern directors. Yeah.
I like Jeff Nichols. He did Mud and he did Midnight Special last year.
Yeah, I'll see them on TV, but I don't go. Do you go to theaters?
I went to go see Midnight Special. I went that in the theaters.
No, our point was you see all their movies in the theaters.
The first time I saw his films was like on demand. But now
that's what we're talking about, Chris.
From here on in, yes, I'm going to go see his movie in theaters.
G Baby Driver. Let me ask you this: who is your? If they make a movie, I'm going to go see it, whether you get paid to do it or not.
Well, you mentioned a bunch of them. I mean, PTA is my favorite director still. Pretty sad about the news yesterday about Daniel Day, but excited to see that. And honestly, like, you know, who's sort of rising that list for me and are in the news right now are Miller and Lord, who did the Jump Street movies and the Lego movie, and just got fired from the Han Solo movie.
Yeah, I don't see any of those. I'm hearing Ron Howard's taking over that Han Solo movie.
Oh, really?
And he's going to get Fonzie to play Darth Vader, which is, I think it's crazy.
But those guys just have a real unique humor and style that it's very exciting.
Yeah, I don't see Lego movies. I've never even tried it to bitch about it.
Well, you said Jump Street?
Yeah, I mean, I thought it was, you know, I only saw the first one. I didn't see the second one.
The second one isn't as good, but it's good too. They're just trying. You guys hit all the big ones. I'm trying to give you something a little deeper.
G-Babe, I haven't talked to you for a long time. I think your voice is getting deeper.
Oh, yeah.
That's just old age, I think.
You grew it up.
I would throw in also the Lars von Trier, because I don't always think that his films like 100% are great, but I think he always does something unique, and I'll go out to see his movies.
I like him, but it doesn't even dawn on me when his movies come out. I normally have to be said, oh, look, on demand, there's a Lars von Trier.
Yeah.
All right, G-Baby. I'm going to go see Baby Driver.
Yeah, I'm going to see it again this week. I'm seeing it twice before it came out, like a real asshole, because I just have to, and I'm really excited about it.
I'm proud of you for that. I'm proud of you.
Yes. All right. I'll talk to you guys soon.
Love you, kid. Peace. G-Baby's one of those guys that gets invited on all kinds of movie sets still, because he's a big movie writer and reviewer. Oh. He's the guy who chased his dream.
Yeah, I know.
He chased his dream and he caught it.
He does seem like he's living the dream right now.
Does he write for like Rotten Tomatoes or like?
I don't think he likes Rotten Tomatoes. Like most of us, we hate Rotten Tomatoes. What's he write for? 101 now?
IO9.
IO9. I call it 101. Isn't that stupid? Well, what did he used to write for? Slash Film.
Slash Film.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, he's a really, sometimes he just puts up like fun little movie facts of something that's coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Other times it'll be a nice review. But he won the culture wars. Those kind of movies now. It's all the other kind of movies are dead and done.
They're over.
Oh yeah, Marty Scorsese will never make another film. Daniel Day-Lewis. Here's my thing: is he sick?
You think
is that why
could
you
be
said
a thing?
this?
Oh shit!
I think he's got something wrong with his colon, and he keeps shitting himself.
Oh my god!
You heard it here first, I guess.
Now, by the way, that Jeffrey mix-up. Now we'll never get him.
I can call him right now.
Man, why has this become a big deal? See what I'm saying?
Yes.
No, you don't, Vito. And you know what? Chris even gave up the headband, and yours is getting bigger every day.
Mine is really functional.
Why did you give it up?
Oh, I have it right here, but
Is it because your Costa Rican girlfriend won't let you wear it?
Does she find it embarrassing?
She doesn't like it, but I still wear it.
Oh,
did you get nude pictures of her yet?
No, I don't have any nude pictures of her.
Just change for her.
There's only one picture I want to see.
What's that?
Her vagina.
Oh my God, Chris!
That fucking.
That's not
you
a
got
good
any
way to
pictures of your old girlfriend's vagina you could show me?
No.
I think that's
All right,
fair.
then just go to Pornhub and show me 2 pictures.
Any vagina will do at this point.
I have pictures of the Albanian girl blowing some other guy. Let's see
All
that.
right, no, we don't.
Ryan in Denver.
Hey, Ronnie B. Hold on, I'm going to put on this ham sandwich.
I'm starving. Vito, just grab me another ham back there.
What about the Coen brothers, Ronnie? You'll see anything they put out, right?
You know something? Thank you for correcting me, Ryan. These fucking bastards are afraid
I was so scared
to catch me in a lie. And for that, you're going to find yourself in a pretty good prize closet with a pretty good prize. I do watch everything that the Coen brothers do.
100%.
I'm very upset that Wes Anderson is making another stop-action movie, and I don't like that shit.
I did like the one that he made, though.
Didn't like it. Fell asleep at the theater. Never watched it again.
I actually liked that one, The Fantastic
Well, you
Mr.
like, you like Frothy the New Man.
True, I did like Frothy the New Man.
That's how she used to say it. Like sometimes I'll remember her as a little kid, and I'll just go Frothy the New Man. You never could have been on the radio then.
No, absolutely not.
I was actually singing a song that Gail wrote when she was about 3 the other day. I was just at the computer and I was singing it, and then Gail's mom was like, wow, where did that come from in your head? I'm like, oh, I don't know. And then we couldn't remember one of the lines. So when Gail came over for Father's Day, we said, what was that line? And the reason why we didn't remember was because it was insane.
It was insane and it didn't rhyme with anything else in the song. So I'm like, it's totally understandable you'd forget this line. It doesn't make sense.
When Gail was a little girl and I would be driving, she'd be in the back seat, all in her like stupid car seat. And I could just hear this singing and I would listen back. And she would just be making up songs, right? And they were always heartbreak songs like, I thought that you loved me and you went away. I'll never see you again. I'm like, how does she even understand heartbreak? She's not even allowed. She's in a fucking car seat. This is how much her life, she has no fucking power over her life right now. And yet she's singing as if the love of her life just left.
By the way, thinking of that, how weird is it that you spend this big chunk of your life where people just take you around and do things and you have no control or no say? Like, do you remember the feeling of just you ever in the car, like, where are we going? And they're like, yeah, it's a store. And then we're going to stop off and go talk to this other guy. I got to sit there and you'll be in the waiting room and you're like, what? I didn't agree to any of this.
We're going to a hardware store. What are you talking about? What are you fucking talking about? Why am I going to a hardware store?
Just imagine your life as an adult if you had to do the same shit.
I'd be divorced.
It's just like if you were just in the back seat of a car, like, guys, where are we going? Someone tell me.
The amount of time that my chick has said to me, please go to this place and just sign this, or else we can't get the bank loan. You know what I mean? I'll go, how long are we going to be there? More than a minute?
My mom would like kill me for saying this, but when I was younger, she used to like put me and my sister in the back of the car and we'd be like, where are we going? And we would just sit for like hours outside of this, like I didn't know it was my dad, like the, you know, who my dad cheated with, his apartment.
Oh, we would that's so cute.
And we would just stay. I'm like, Mom, I'm so hungry. What are we doing right now? And she's like, wait, we got to wait for him. And I'm like, oh my God.
Your dad is banging someone right now.
Like, I got to get this on camera. I'm like, this is all bitch.
Wow. Oh, you didn't know. You guys are just in the back seat like,
I'm like, Mom, I'm hungry. I'm hungry, Mom. Like, I'm like,
See,
I wish I had saying this.
I'm at the age where I would have actually been left alone in a car while people went inside. And my grandfather used to, like, if we drove to the beach, he was like, I got to go in and talk to a guy. And he would just pull in the fucking tap room and you would have to sit there. It would take like a 2-hour drive would be like 5-6 hours. Because every fucking 30 miles or so, he said he had to talk to a guy. Is that guy's name Budweiser? You know the stars they call here.
Yes.
It's just always unbelievable. To me, he's done radio, TV, film, stage. It's one of the greatest of all time. Let's just start clapping right now. Mr. J! Moore! JJ!
Legendary. Look, I told you we're going to the goddamn surplus store while we wait for our frames to be done at the Provision Center.
Harvey Keitel would take their places when he was a child.
Who else would it be? There's no goddamn other stores awake at this hour, are there? Ronnie, hi, Gail.
Hey.
What? Jay, first of all, when are you coming to New York? What do we got to do to get you on the East Coast? It's been years.
That. I would come and just crash someplace just to be in studio, and you could monitor the time because I know I'm a lot. Mm-hmm. Everything I do, I get somebody on Twitter going, when are you going on Bennington, man? This is crazy.
Everybody wants you back.
Check out the song Strays by Jane's Addiction, Ronnie.
Okay.
It's a really underrated album, but whose car am I driving in? They picked up a handful. I don't remember his name. It's all about what you guys are just talking. Well, maybe not all about. Maybe I'm paraphrasing and reading into it. You know, at one point I was so stoned I thought the whole album was the Book of Matthew. But what are you going to do? What do you do? By the way, Harvey Keitel and Colin
it's really the same impression. All I got to do is, maybe just come down here a little bit, and I'm doing Keitel now.
All right, let's hear your Colin.
Goddamn voice.
Let's hear your Colin, Jay.
All right, look, last thing we need is for Gail to be in the corner reading Canterbury Tales by Chaucer. In the meantime, because then all of a sudden, Harvey Keitel walks in and goes, "That's not even a real job anymore. He's on a horse." All right, maybe they were on horses. I don't know. What do you know? Look, we all can agree that Wally Sharon never walked on the moon because he had a bad attitude.
Holy shit!
You gotta have such a great ear before you become an impressionist.
So good.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. I never would have picked up on that.
Maybe that's why God gave us two of them, right? Each impression has a partner, I've realized, in my fearless moral inventory. Like Colin and Keitel are the same. Tracy Morgan and Al Pacino, I realize, are the same. And then I learned horribly on a live radio show, because I did them back-to-back. Bono and Vedder are the same. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but all right. Dick Cheney is Dick Cheney's the world's biggest asshole, yeah? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 1. And then I went right into Bono. Just last year, I was like, uh-oh. I miss you guys a lot, and I'm serious. The most consistent reply, mention, I don't know what you call it, the kids call it on the tweet deck, is when you going on anything.
Well, Jay, the only time I find out about you anymore is some kind of gossip magazine.
Oh, yeah? I didn't know you read the regs, right?
Well, people will send it to me, but you say something on Twitter and TMZ will pick it up. It's always interesting.
I stand by what I said on Twitter, and I have no problem with that TMZ article. How about what I tweeted? I said, countdown begins for some low-level gossip place to pick this up and twist it negative.
Yeah, that's true.
4 minutes later, Jay Moore meltdown N-bombed in Twitter tirade. Are you going to tell me, Ron, Jay Moore is going to throw it all away to say a word that begins? What did he say? Niacin? Huh? Negative impact? That was not very good, Al.
No,
yeah,
good.
It's... There were some things said at the back end of that article that I had to think there's other people involved, and maybe people need to know that that's a load of horse shit, who I date and stuff like that.
Well, it just means that you're a big star, Jay. You're a big star.
Ronnie, between us girls.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah, good. Good for you. I want you to be happy, Jay. I want every day to be a good day for Jay.
You know what, Ronnie? I am. I'm really happy.
Good.
If we may talk seriously for a moment. Yeah. I was really fucked up. I was like a mess going through. I went filed and all that stuff twice, and being gaslit by like a narcissistic personality disorder. My diagnosis, nobody else's, and you go, "Oh wow, nothing was real." Like I lived in a fucking funhouse mirror for 8 years, and I'm getting well. I am, buddy. I promise you.
Good to hear.
Hey, Ronnie, it's Robbie from Boston. You got a second so I can bend your ear, kiddo? Danny, look, we can go. Hey, Papa.
Yeah.
Are you still banging the Porty girl at the package store?
No.
Pepper's actually in love now. He's with a Costa Rican girl.
Oh, they're not bad, kiddo. They can cook, too.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I remember last time I saw Papa, we were at the Celtics game, and fucking Danny Ainge came up and started stroking his cock. I swear, through his fucking jeans, Ronnie.
Through his jeans.
Through his fucking jeans. The Pepper's jeans, they're not that clean all the time.
God, no.
Pepper's a little bit of a pig pen to him. He's all right, though. Hey, Ronnie, do you give a shit about basketball?
Yeah, sure.
Sixers, is it going to matter? Like, is it going to matter? Like, can we get Allen Iverson at 44 back to fucking do something for us? My all-time favorite player.
It just doesn't feel like the Sixers will ever be back. It just has that
Ben
feeling.
Simmons was a tremendous pick. Lakers at number 2. I like a lot. The Lonzo Ball fellow.
Are the Lakers back now?
Well, they've certainly, in my opinion, made a K-turn on the fucking Henry Hudson Parkway, inexplicably and impossibly. Jeannie Buss was on my podcast in July. It's like she had Jim Buss in house, Mitch Kupchak in house, the PR guy. I'm like, yeah, you might want to keep an eye on that guy.
Mm-hmm.
Seems a little, what's the word? Whole family fucking rats. Who finds out about fucking X-rays and fucking Kobe masks? It's fucking. But you got rid of Mozgov's contract. You got Brooks Lopez. You just added 12 points down low. And, you got cap space, but cap space only works if you use it, Ronnie, so we'll see. But I think they're a 500 club if they do nothing. You know why the Argentinians and the Spaniards beat the dream team when they do? It's because they've always played together.
Right.
And that's what this crew has done. And I think they're better than people think. I think Luke is a great, great, great coach. Fuck all that noise. You know what makes me laugh? When people fall down.
Oh, yeah. Can't beat that.
Gail, did you actually have to live through, a parent as an infidel, like with cognitive thought? That sounded like college. Did you really have to live through a parent as an infidel with cognitive thought?
Yeah.
I don't want to know the answer to that. I'm late. I'm going to see The Crown on Netflix, but apparently it's supposed to be on my device. So what's new there? Because I don't want to just keep fucking yapping because I'm nervous and I'm filling the spaces with noise.
Well, New York City's great, but we'd love to get you back. We'd love to do something with you, dude. Seriously. It's been a long time now.
I'm going to be there in July. Joey Logano, the NASCAR kid, he's got let me pick that name up. That'll really wow him when he go to drivers and make left turns, Maybe you could have said Willie T. Ribs, get the urban crowd.
It's so good.
I'm going out there in July. I have dates that I'm going to be out there. I have to call Chris Mazzilli at Gotham, see if I can get a Tuesday, Wednesday, and then I'd love to just sit shotgun and see you and give you a big damn hug, man. For real. Like, it's for real. Like, I love you, man. You know it. For real.
I feel the same way.
Hey, man. Nigga, I'm so sincere, man.
All right, I got to go to break, Jay, but let's hook that up in July, okay? Let's do it.
Blow off XM satellite radio, and Ronnie's like, don't forget to hit the post. Hey, I love you guys very much. Right. Best show on the radio.
Peace. Man. Take care.
Love you.
Bye. The great Jay Moore.
My God, that Quinn impression is insane.
Unbelievable. Yeah.
Because I've heard him to Keitel, and there is something similar, but that was crazy. He just crushed that.
I was just with Quinn when both of us were doing the Chip Chipperson show, and I was hoping that he would pick up more of the weight. I just kept looking over because you don't know how to react to Chip, And then, Quinn was just like, look at Chip, Please, you're genius. Help me. Chip is not easy to spend an hour with because he goes where he wants to go.
Yeah.
He's got a chip brain. We got to do this break, right, Chrissy?
Yes, we do.
Is our guest here?
Our guest is not here yet.
Is our guest coming, or is it a lie?
It's not a lie. I confirmed with them last night.
Yeah. Now, by the way, you blow off Kurian because he had a story he wanted to tell, and then we just keep getting people using the hotline after the hotline. See what happened there?
Yeah.
You missed what? You were opera what?
Tunity.
That's it. That's your new fucking nickname.
Tunity.
No, I don't want to be Tunity.
Hey, Tunity.
No.
Don't tell us. You can never tell somebody what you want your nickname to be. All right? Sean Spicer doesn't get to pick his fucking nickname. It's not up to him. Right? Look at this guy. He's got to go to the bathroom. His dad's running with him. What a great kid,
That kid is
too.
so cute. I saw him in the hall earlier.
He's a kid that's stuck in a world like you were talking about. We'll pick that up. Bennington Show. What a show, huh? Tommy John again calling in. Jay Moore calling in.
I mean, it's pretty nice.
Yeah. Bill Clinton called. Harvey Keitel.
Wait.
Boston Rob. You know what I'm uncomfortable with is when Jay aims a couple questions at you, Chris, and you don't respond. You just sit there nervously, Jay. You just see him as a big star, and you don't.
I do. I am. I do think
You
he's a
know
big
that
star.
he's a Pepper fan, right?
I know.
Way back.
I know.
But why do you sit quietly when he says something?
I don't.
Because he's doing voices and stuff and intimidates you.
I don't expect him to go to me. To be
Is
totally
it that you think that you're supposed to improv and do voices back at him?
Here's the thing: you say I don't expect him to go to.
Yeah.
It's happened in the last 20 phone calls. I need you to fucking respond to the guests if they're going to talk to you.
I'll respond to him from now on more quickly than I did.
You and Vito, no, you know what? You got Vito into it, where you'll just say that will never happen again, and now Vito says that.
Vito, you gotta stop that. You can't let
Stop it. Now he's going to start saying that. I'm trying to say you got to fucking lead by example. Okay. So you got to be like, hey, it's me, J. Peter Riegert from Animal House.
I
Want to join the frat?
I've never said that phrase. It'll never happen again because usually if it's something that is an accidental mistake, I will accidentally do it again. What I should probably say is, I promise you I'll never intentionally do that again.
That means nothing. But I honestly believe this. People are who they are.
Right.
And they should adapt to look, this is the way I am. You know what I mean? I'm the big wheel, Chris Stanley. And the big wheel keeps on turning. Proud Mary keeps on burning. Rolling. We never do anything nice and easy. She's so fucking.
I know she's
like a scary witch.
I know she's very scary in that.
We don't do anything nice and easy. And then her fucking husband's like he's not even really paying attention to what she's saying. He's into his own thing. Like I wish we were in a song right now. She wasn't rapping. There should be. I know you don't do lists anymore, Vito, but you're great. Of people who, no matter what song they're doing, they just start talking. You know, Jay mentioned Bono. You just in the middle of something, then he'll just start talking. There's a lot of trouble. Dude, I can hear anybody talk.
Stick to lyrics.
He did it. Morrison would do it. Stick it down, and then he would just start fucking talking.
I'm gonna make up some stuff right now. This isn't on the album, what I'm about to say.
It's kind of my thing. What I really wish I was doing was poetry, not fucking singing.
When I was a kid, I bought a book of his poetry, and I was like, I don't know why people say he's a bad poet. I think this is very good. What are you basing this on? I don't know. This is my first poetry book, but I think it's good. Film critics are silent vampires? That's genius.
Yeah, I don't even know what he meant by that. I mean, they talk every bit as much as vampires do. He could have just said,
not more.
Yeah, he could have said film critics are the same as vampires. They talk and then sometimes bite your neck. I'm Jim Morrison. I'm here to talk to you about the American Poetry Association, the APA. I like when anybody is selling anything and they tell you who they are. You know what I mean? I'm Henry Fonda. I'm here to talk to you about galoshes. Or when they just have them on because they work that job in a sitcom or something.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like fucking Tim Allen selling a fucking bandsaw. I'm like, why? Because you were the fucking tool man then?
But I also like when it's just you do whatever medium you work in. Like you're like, I'm radio's Gail Bennington. Yeah. Radio owns me.
Yeah. Radio is like television without pictures. It's television that you can listen to in your car, truck, or small motorcycle. I'm here to promote the war. Where you going now, Chris?
Our guest is calling. Hello? Yes.
Now I know who our guest is. It's Bobby Kelly. I can hear him yelling.
Close.
You just heard him yell, the street's closed?
Merle Streep's closed.
Man, I could really hear Bobby very clear.
Bobby's very loud.
It was like, I heard that whole conversation.
I know.
Bobby
fucking Kelly. In this Red Hill town. What's going on?
Parking trouble.
What do you mean parking trouble?
They're driving down the parking
Who's
lot.
they?
Bob Kelly.
Well, you said they are.
You did.
Oh, just one person.
Were you talking about his tits?
No.
What do you mean?
But
they?
why would you say they?
Did you say that because you weren't sure how he identifies?
I believe he identifies as a man.
Then why would you say
Why
he?
would you say they?
I don't know why.
Do you also use the royal we?
We just got a call from Robert Kelly.
Them.
And they cannot find parking for their cars.
Bobby can't park his car.
He can't park his cars anywhere. Is there anything open in Harvard Yard? He farted in a parked car at Harvard Yard. I got into a thing yesterday where you ever get in like a reading fucking spiral online?
Yes.
And I got into John Jr. stuff. I don't know why.
Really?
Maybe it's because we were talking about The Expert. Oh, because I had read this. The Expert, Baron Trump, is the first boy that we've had in the White House since John Jr. We've had girls in the White House.
Interesting. You're right.
Gerald Ford had grown sons. They were already out, though. But he's the first boy to live in the White House since John Jr.
Wow, that's really strange. I didn't even think of that. The presidents of my lifetime have always been
Girls.
have daughters. Yeah.
Now, they said the first day that Baron Trump got to the White House, they put him in the desk and opened that door up so he could look like John, except for he's so much fucking bigger. He was just hanging out all over. Did you ever see that picture with John?
Yes. I love all those like old pictures of like John and Caroline in the White House. Like those are like the sweetest pictures.
But here's something. Go to John and Brown. Just John and Brown and do the images. Because I got caught up in this last night. I was reading, just kind of his life story. And then there was pictures of him, what his hair looked at Brown, and it's fucking hilarious. Images. What are you doing? You got a picture of John Brown up.
It's
John Kennedy Jr.
Molded in the grave.
What is wrong with you?
I have the lyrics to John Brown's body.
Go throw. I want to see, like when he had that big Irish fucking hair. His hair would just be fucking massive.
Oh, yeah.
That's not even it. That's not even the good stuff. No, come on, Chris.
This is John and Brown. There it is. There's one.
Not and Brown. Brown is the university.
In Brown.
You said and Brown.
Yeah, you said like they. They can't find a place to park their cars.
They have hair in university.
You put a picture of John Brown. Look at his fucking hair.
Oh my God.
That's fucking Irish hair like you wouldn't believe.
The Irish fro.
They said that he was married to a real fucking pain in the ass.
Really?
Yeah. She used to scream at him all the time.
Yeah.
Wow.
Here's my fucking prediction.
Hi.
If John Jr., they wanted him to run for fucking senator of New York City, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then they were saying, no, we're holding that spot for Hillary. If fucking John Kennedy Jr. would have become senator in New York, he probably would have made a run for the presidency by now. That's how popular he was with people. He was so popular that people would pick up that stupid George magazine, which didn't even make sense.
Well, everyone is very interested in this other Kennedy. Is this Caroline's son? I think it is.
Well, Caroline laughs and it's raining outside, and she wants to be one of the girls. I don't know who this kid. There's always a young Kennedy.
There's a young Kennedy, and everybody's very excited about him.
Is this one an AA? Because most of them end up there. It's AA, or they're driving a girl home over a rickety bridge. What is going on, Chris? You got a picture of John Brown up there.
John Brown's body lies molded in the grave.
Seriously, don't put up so many pictures of John Brown.
No more pictures of John Brown.
This isn't any pictures of anything.
This is. There we go.
Just get me a brown screen.
That's not it.
This isn't it?
No.
Which Kennedy is it then?
I don't know. That's why I said it.
Jesus Christ. Know what she's thinking, not what she knows. Know what I want, not what I asked for. That's my thing for you, Chrissy.
I'm Googling new Kennedys.
No, don't Google new Kennedys.
That what time we got to get off, and you got fucking Bobby coming in for 8 minutes now.
I know.
And I got a hard out. I got to turn this over.
I know.
See if Opie wants him on his show.
Okay.
I like to see those guys be friends again. I don't know who that girl is, but she's got attractive hair.
Yeah, she does have. She has good hair. I think everyone likes her hair.
She's really popular here.
Oh, she is?
Yeah. Yeah,
Her
very.
That's the first day I saw her.
She sits right outside of our desk, and the entire day, all you see is people sitting at her desk to the point where she has a special chair there for people to sit at and hang out.
By the way, I saw a pretty girl in here yesterday wearing a nice dress. No one else saw her?
Mm-mm.
She was working down that way, so I go that way. I'm like, that's a very stylish young lady.
I remember the Kennedy. I believe it's a Joe Kennedy.
Oh,
maybe
Joe Kennedy Jr.?
Third. The third.
him?
Is this him?
Yeah.
Is this Joe Kennedy the third?
No one's going to fucking elect a ginger. He doesn't have a chance. How old is he? What's his story?
36.
Well, read me a little bit. I don't want to fucking sit here and make up facts.
He's the son of Joseph P. Kennedy
Yes,
II,
we know that.
grandson of RFK. And he served as U.S. Representative for Massachusetts' 4th Congressional District since 2013.
Yeah.
Earned his law degree at Harvard.
Yeah, he's just
everybody in Boston went to Harvard for their law degree. They let in anybody.
People are very interested in him.
They're always interested in Kennedy.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, like, I was hearing people buzzing about it, and then I think he was speaking, maybe it was about healthcare. This was like a few months ago. And then I was watching him speak, and I was like, oh, I get it. He sounds like a Kennedy. Of course, this is great.
Sure. Yeah, well, we love royalty in this country. The Bushes and the Kennedys are our two royal families. Is there another royal political family?
Once we felt the Clintons were, but
never. They're fucking ridiculous. And Chelsea will never be elected to anything. Mark it fucking down. I mean, I think Barron Trump will become president before Chelsea Clinton. I think Barron's got a shot.
Well, he's an expert.
He's an expert, and he's a great soccer player, and he's
a whiz with computers. I know that.
And he's got one of those spinner things that the kids like.
He's got a fidget spinner.
That's a terrible name, by the way, fidget spinner. I don't like something that's two syllable words back to back. I think you got to go a one and
a one and a two.
A one and a two. Yeah.
Should have called it a Spinzy or Spinzo. I think that would have been better.
Why? I'd do it if we were 3 years old, Chris. But we're fucking full-grown adults.
Wait, what was the
Did you get
person?
your
Spinzy?
Spinzy or a Spinzo?
Spinzy sounds.
I'd rather call it just a spinner than a Spinzy.
Spinzy sounds too British. How they make everything into baby words. They're just like, get your Spinzy.
Get your Spinzy in right now.
He's over there playing with his Spinzy.
I recently watched Stephen Fry in the Oscar Wilde thing.
Mm-hmm.
Here's my problem. Oscar Wilde, one of the great wits, one of the great playwrights, one of the great writers. Why is it just about how unhappy he was being gay? I mean, I know it should play into it.
That can't be the whole thing.
Yeah, but it's got to be like, was it ever fun being gay, or was it just bad? Like most gays I run into, I'm like, oh, that's very fun.
Yeah. Oh, they're having a hoot.
Who's going to be the gay, what's that, the float parade guy this year? Please tell me it's Fez.
Please.
I'm not sure yet.
There's always
What's
like
that
a
called?
parade
Like a grandmaster.
master.
Yeah. The Grand Masturbator put down. See if anybody laughs at that. Why would you write a fucking paragraph like that?
It's 6 words.
He wrote the lyrics to John Brown's Body.
Oh, dude.
I can't get him off my mind.
So who's running the parade?
All right.
That's always, by the way, a hot parade. Like it's a very hot day when that happens.
Troy Waffner.
Oh, Judge Wapner's child. Troy, I think, is going to be the next president of the United States.
Probably. Unless the expert gets in his way. It's Troy Waffner is the
Wapner. Well, what's he done? What's his big deal?
I'm looking into it.
What is it called? Grand Marshal? Is that what the thing is called?
By the way, Fez wrote to me and said, you're not thinking of Joe Kennedy. You're thinking of John Kennedy Schlossberg, and that's Caroline's last name. Jack Schlossberg is who Gail's talking about. So let's look that up. See if he looks like a Kennedy. One time when I first moved to New York, I was up on the Upper East Side and I was walking around having a little smoke for myself and bumped into Caroline Kennedy and her dog.
Wow, that's crazy.
And we were the only two people on the street. We locked eyes and I knew something was going to happen.
And then you're like, if we get together, can I just take the name Kennedy?
I actually said this to her. I go, relax, I'm no Sirhan. And then I go, why would I say that? That's who killed her uncle, not her dad.
This is John Jack Schlossberg. He's on the left.
So who's he saying?
The guy on the left is fucking Jack Kennedy.
Jack
you idiot.
I mean, the right.
You never know your left from your right. You did that yesterday.
You couldn't even identify your own girlfriend.
Yeah. I'm like, wow. And I remember I said this, wow, you're dating a black chick? I was so fucking impressed. And then when you got around to know she's, Hispanic, that's nothing.
Interracial.
No.
Wait, is Costa Rican Spanish?
That's they speak Spanish. They think Central America.
That's Spanish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Latin.
Latina.
Hispanic.
Yeah.
Latina.
Hispanic. Yeah, Latina.
Does she speak Spanish?
Yes, she does. Yes.
What's her little Spanish name for your cock?
She doesn't have a name for my cock.
Why not?
Poquito?
Looks like Poquito. That's tiny. Is that what that means?
Tiny, small.
That's okay, Chris. It's fine.
Cute name.
It's always not about the size of the dog in the fight. It's about the fight in the dog.
I'm going to remember that.
Tell her that.
Yeah. Tell her that when you can't hit the sides.
When she talk about little Paquito.
Is this the one?
No, this guy is actually for Central New York. I'm still looking for the
All right,
Grand
'cause
Marshal.
I'm going to say he's too heavy to get fucking elected. Oh, no, I thought we were looking at the Schlossenberg
Oh,
kid.
Schlossenberg was the dude that I didn't know left from right from.
So what's the deal with him?
That's Caroline's son.
Okay.
And Fez is saying that you think that he's going to win,
No,
but
it's Joe.
I'm not saying it.
I was just confusing who was his parent. But yes,
By the way,
it's the
Caroline's
Joe.
the only one left from that family.
Yeah. Sad.
Chris is the only one left from his family.
That's right.
He's a
Endling.
Endling, yeah.
The last of his species.
I like that. I like fucking going out on a high note.
All right, I just got this from Gurian. Fuck Vito and fuck your show. Thanks, dude.
No.
Fuck our show because of him?
Yeah, he thinks he got blown off.
He didn't get blown off. I will make all of this right.
I got Bobby Kennedy.
RFK.
How did we book this? He was doing so good with this.
You and fuck this show.
He was doing so good with this show.
Show.
I mean, how could we get Bobby Kennedy? Oh, hey. Glad you're back.
I'm here to do this show today. My head's killing me because of fucking Sirhan. Luckily, I just grazed, and I'm ready to beat Richard Nixon in the 1968 presidential run. I'm taking us out of Vietnam and putting us in Cambodia. That's what he wanted to do. He wanted to move all our fucking troops into Cambodia. He said they wouldn't expect it, and we'd be able to beat them in a war.
That sounds good. Seems like a good plan.
If that doesn't work, Arizona.
Because it's so hot, I guess.
It is hot there. I got a message from Shreka, 3:00 in the morning, and she just writes to me, I'm sweating my tits off.
Yeah.
And I wrote back to her, I think you're getting a little too familiar with me. Look at Ice Cube outside.
Oh, man.
Jen, go get another picture with Ice Cube like you do every time he comes in. In this Red Hill town. Anyway, why did I start crying and run out of here?
Oh, because you just called him Bobby Kennedy.
So we're going to get 5 minutes with.
He'll be here, I believe, in 2 minutes. So 3. Yeah, I didn't expect the traffic to be this bad today.
What's with you?
You took that on yourself, Chris?
You're fucking thinking that you're traffic.
Why are you cocking yourself right now?
Because he's a traffic man. Traffic man. He's in charge of all the traffic.
Chris, that's a really weird thing you just did.
I should have.
Oh, man.
So yesterday, this is a fucking true story. So we were having a meeting with Don, and I'll admit it was somewhat tense. And Chris smoked 7 cigarettes because we're outside. Never said a word, and French inhaled every fucking. So he's taking a hit, sending it up his fucking nostrils and out of his mouth, and so fast and so violently that it was like being on a fucking runaway train in 1901.
I don't realize. Is it weird, the French inhale?
Yes. And by the way, I'm going to throw this out there, and gender's fluid to me. I'm just saying, it's very feminine. The French inhale is very much a feminine thing.
I don't think I can smoke any other way now. I tried the other night to just smoke a regular cigarette. Like
I remember when I started first smoking heavily, about 5th grade, and we all learned how to French inhale, and then someone said, "You look like a homophobic slur," and everybody stopped French inhaling. Not you, Bobby. I'm glad you're here. I was talking about people. Chris Stanley French inhales all the time when he
It's a
smokes.
very feminine look.
If my kid was dying in a hospital in Manhattan, and I was on the way, and what happened to me on the way here happened, I'd call my wife. I say, "Look, I'm gonna have to go home. I'm not gonna make it." So tell Max I said bye, and I love him, but I'm not gonna. I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna turn around. That's how much I love you two.
You always tell us how happy you are in Westchester that you can make it to the cellar in 20 minutes. You're always telling that story.
Yeah.
It's not true at all. It's always been.
It's a lie.
Yeah.
I do lie.
Yeah.
You don't understand today, though.
Yeah.
If there's no traffic, I'm here.
Yeah.
Okay. I left at 12:10 to make a 2:00 appearance on the Bennington show, and that's plural, by the way, not singular.
That's
used
why
to
we
be
say it.
a singular Bennington.
Yeah.
It's when I say Bennington.
Yeah.
I mean two people.
Right.
One's better than the other too, but I won't get into that.
Good.
I'm not going to get into that.
Yeah. Chris, you had something to plug?
Yeah, Robert Kelly's in studio. Bobby's podcast, You Know What, Dude, is available on riotcast.com and iTunes, and Bobby will be part of the Nasty Show this year at Just for Laughs in Montreal. Go to justforlaughs.com for tickets, and go to robertkellylive.com for all additional dates.
By the way, I can't get on that podcast. I know, Chris, you had me lined up for it a couple years ago.
Yes.
And at the last moment, I was canceled.
Ron, you can have that podcast.
Oh, that'd be great.
Literally. You can. I want you to take it. Please take the You Know What, Dude. Fucking. Let me hear you say it. You know what, dude?
You know what, dude?
You're in. You got it. Because maybe you'll make it a hit. I started podcasting.
Yeah.
And I didn't fucking get it. I'm not on the fucking wave.
I did the Chip Chipperson show, part of your.
I apologize.
Yeah.
I fucked up.
And everyone said, "What's it like?" And it's like being on Space Ghost Coast to Coast, where you don't know how to respond for an hour.
I've never had just one eyelid hurt.
Yeah.
At the same time, my body did a few different things.
Yeah.
My eyelid hurt when he said something. It literally, my eyelid went, ugh, and then the hair on my arms stood up like I saw it, like there was a ghost, like an entity in the room. Okay, and then my ears started ringing, and then I wanted to shit.
Wow,
on his show. All at one
Like a
time
range
from
of
one
emotions.
sentence.
And now that show's a big hit. That show is the big hit.
And he says it. He literally says, "I'm the biggest thing on this network."
It's true,
and I can't deny that.
Right.
A person that doesn't exist, is doing better in podcasting than me. I own a network, and I still can't get it off my own show off the ground. I blame these motherfuckers. You motherfuckers. You want to hear fucking home run. Fuck you, fucking nerds.
Now, you tell us who's on the Nasty
Show.
Show.
Biggest hit in the world.
It is. It's gigantic.
And it's addictive. It's like he's like the fidget spinner of podcasting.
Yes, it's true. Now, the Nasty Show, you're doing it this year, right?
It's stupid. I don't know why I don't even know what they're. Big J, who's a killer.
Yeah.
We all know Big J's a killer, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you got
Jimmy Carr, I believe.
Yeah, Jimmy Carr, who's not even funny how much he kills and the way he does it. It's so original. Then they added Godfrey, which he's just he's just a monster, right? Then they put me on, and we all know about me, right? I mean, come on.
You're unbelievable.
Podcasting, boo.
Yeah.
Comedy, go fuck yourself. I'm
True.
a rock star, right? I just murder, right? Then to boot, they added Giamatti, who's
I love her. Yeah.
she's just fucking a killer. I don't give a fuck. She goes on stage, and now the host, Ari Shafir.
Love it.
I don't understand it. I don't know who. First of all, there's 2 black comics on the show. Where are they going?
Yeah, not back to back.
Hopefully back to back at the end. So there's only going to be 1 show a night if that happens. So you have to let people in from the second show. Just filter in. But it's a crazy show.
It's fantastic.
Crazy show. And it's in Canada, which is crazy.
Do you feel like you have to be nastier for the show? You just a regular amount of nastiness.
Well, I don't. If you're too nasty, they actually, believe it or not, it's you wind up going, it's the nasty show.
Right.
You never want to be on the nasty show going, I thought this was the nasty show.
Right.
Look, my act is fucking, I got 30 minutes of jizz jokes. I didn't even try to do that.
Yeah.
It just,
it happens.
I just looked down one day and, I just talked about jizz for 30 minutes in fucking Sarasota. So, it's you just do your act. You just do your act, whatever it is, and it's you know what it is. It's I like to my show tonight. I call it a hard R. I'm doing a show at the Pussycat in an hour. I'm running my hour because I'm a white comic and they don't give you an hour anymore, so I have to just run it at a fucking lounge. Hopefully, people iPhone it and put it on fucking Pandora or whatever the fuck they use. What are the kids using now? Come on,
Pandora.
All right,
Spotify.
nice.
I think Sirius just bought Pandora.
Yeah.
Of course they did. Mm-hmm. Yeah, they won't give me a show on this fight. They'll take all my shows off my thing, but they won't give me a show. Hey, you listening? Serious? No. Anyways, So it's I'm doing that tonight. What was my train of thought?
Well, you're doing an hour.
If you tell people it's an X-rated show, it's like when I saw Rob. Who's the dirty comic? He's dead now. Robert Schimmel. When I first heard about Robert Schimmel, dirty, oh my God, he's the in Vegas, they would put an X-rated show. They would put X-rated. What that would do, 2 things. It would sell it out because everybody wants to see an X-rated show. Mm-hmm. Number 2, it psychologically put everybody in the right politically correct frame of mind.
Yeah.
Oh, you're going to hear fucked up shit. And then when he did his act, he's really not that dirty.
Yeah, I never knew that he was considered a dirty comic.
Well, it was almost like, I think in the 80s, late 80s, early 90s, 7 minutes of clean humor to get on TV was the thing.
That was the big deal.
Evening at the Improv, Caroline's Comedy Hour, you needed to be clean. And here's this guy going, suck my dick, I'm going to talk about fucking broads.
Right.
And today that's not that dirty. But I think when you put people in that, look, this is an X-rated show, a rated R show. That's why I like when they do it at comedy clubs. Tell people it's a rated R show right at the beginning.
Yeah.
So there's something that happens in your brain that goes, oh, it's going to be dirty. Okay, I can handle it. Whoever that twat is who's going to get offended is not going to get offended now because, okay, you told me. So I'm ready for it. It's almost like, drinking orange juice and then it's milk. You're like, what the fuck is that? If you think some guy's going to come out and, be Gary Gulman and then I'm talking about jizz for 30 minutes, you're going to be like, oh, I wanted milk.
And not the
jizz.
Not the orange juice.
No.
Yeah, orange jizz. So, hold on, orange jizz might be onto something.
Orange jizz.
That.
If you take Propecia, you do get orange jizz.
Okay.
Just FYI.
Yeah, it's good to know.
When I started taking Propecia, I was shooting out I was shooting out yellow Jello. My jizz. I was jerking off. I was like, what the fuck is that? Nice. I almost kept it. I didn't taste it. I didn't try it. I mean, the temptation was there, Ron.
From what I understand, it tastes like Tang.
Well, I don't know if it tastes like Tang.
Astronaut drink.
I don't know if it was just old jizz in my nut that came out. It was clogged up. You know what I mean? I kind of thought
it was space station jizz.
Yeah, it was just drain jizz. You know what I mean? From 13 when I didn't come right.
Now so you're doing the nasty show, 15 minutes each?
I don't know.
That's a lot of people in that show.
They usually only have 4.
Yeah.
Like the first nasty show I did was me, Nick DiPaolo, Dave Attell, Louis C.K., and Jim Jeffries.
That's a good show.
That was a crazy show. And if we look at that, everybody from that is successful. I'm in traffic for 2 hours. Anyways, I get
Jim
15
Jeffries
minutes.
came in the other day, came in from helicopter. They brought him in over the city.
No shit.
By helicopter because they said he's doing that well.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
I mean, what am I doing?
What is his show on Thursday nights?
Tuesday nights, 10:30.
Hey, I want to say
Tuesday nights?
Tuesday nights.
Well, they switched it to Tuesdays then from Thursdays.
I got to get a cause. You know what?
Yeah.
I hate guns too. And we should let Syrian refugees in. That's my, all right? That's what I'm saying. And we need more minorities on this show.
Oh,
I'm saying that.
Yeah, we do that.
Yeah, we need more minorities and more women.
Black women. I want to work with black Muslim women.
Yeah, trans. I want a transitioning Muslim black woman.
And I don't like it when they get to the end of the transition. I want a mid-transition. I want one ovary and one nut.
I want when they have little volcano titties.
I like
before.
I think
you know
all,
what I mean?
all of this is outdated already because now it's just gender neutral. Now it's just.
What do you mean by gender neutral? I don't know what that means.
Totally androgynous, not choosing either. Don't bother transitioning. Just transition to nothing. That's
someone tried to
I like that.
compliment.
It's almost like the prize in the Cracker Jack box. You don't know what you're getting.
Very exciting.
Someone, the comic that we're having on Friday, that
Eddie Izzard.
said that Izzard. I liked you. You're the first person who's wearing women's clothes. He goes like this. No, I'm not wearing women's clothes. I'm wearing clothes. Okay, the clothes don't have a gender.
Yeah,
true.
So, and I'd never thought of it that way. And then he said, when you see a woman in jeans, do you think that she's dressed as a man?
No, I dress. She's wearing woman jeans because they come up to her nipples.
Okay.
If I try to put those on, I look like a fucking moron because I don't have hips and a vag. I have a big sack that hangs down. All right, and my hips are fucking 2 inches long. I look like Fred Flintstone. All right, Eddie. So those are woman jeans. Okay.
Now, do women ever wear men jeans?
No.
Do women ever wear a Wrangler?
It doesn't really work.
Wrangler.
What they do is they'll do the boyfriend jeans. So they're supposed to look like the cut of a man, but they're not actually men's jeans.
First of all, that's the fastest. When I've ever said I want more minorities and women in somewhere, that's the fastest I've ever. I've never seen that before. You guys are on fucking top of it.
When you tell me you want something, I have it done.
That is
Thank you,
unbelievable.
Central Casting.
That went from a white guy with a receding hairline to a beautiful black lesbian in 5 seconds. Holy shit, you guys are good.
We had her. We had her bring in a DNA test that she took. She's exactly one. Give all your thing because you're thirds, all pure thirds.
Yeah. So I'm a third Asian.
Yeah.
A third African.
Delicious.
And then the other third is Portuguese, so European.
Ooh, that's all.
European.
That's the exact way I like my frozen yogurt.
Yeah.
How
much sprinkles?
Of Portuguese, a dash of mochi, and some black.
But
and
how
some
do you
Asian.
identify, or do you identify, Jed?
Trinidadian.
Trinidadian. Well, I wouldn't do that. That scares me.
Yeah. You ever call your father a Trinidaddy? That would be the first.
Just home run, you cocksucker.
Robert Kelly's in studio.
Yes, I see him.
His podcast. You know what, dude?
Christ, what are you on a fucking a machine on a clock?
I just want to let people know. Is it? You know what, dude? It's available on riotcast.com and iTunes, and it'll be part of the Nasty Show this year at Just for Laughs in Montreal, hosted by Ari Shafir, and also will be Big J. Okerson, Jimmy Carr, Godfrey, Yamanika Saunders. Go to justforlaughs.com for tickets, and go to robertkellylive.com for all his dates.
Yeah, I was going to plug my date tonight, but it's sold out. So there you
So-
go. So you know what?
Lucky duck.
Lucky duck. They call me a lucky duck. But you know what you can do? You can plug Doug Stanhope and Morgan Murphy at Levity Live tomorrow night. Do that.
Is that right?
That's what
They're in
comics
town?
don't do anymore. We don't help each other. I want to help other people.
Those two, do they even need it? I mean, they're really
Doug
hot
does
right
it.
now.
Morgan does. No, I'm kidding. Morgan needs it.
You're a giant Morgan Murphy fan.
Yeah, she's so fantastic, and I got to talk with her while we were out in Austin.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, she's fantastic.
She's the best. She's one of my close friends.
Are you doing your podcast from Montreal?
I am. I'm doing a live pod. First of all, I'm doing a Skankfest Sunday, which we're all suckered into.
Yeah.
Oh, Luis Gomez. Can you do Skankfest this year? I guess. Well, why not? Okay, I'll do it. When?
Which
Sunday
show
at 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a prime spot.
What show are you doing? It's a nooner?
Yeah, I got a nooner on the Sabbath. Yeah, that should be good. After a Saturday night of those fucking savages drinking and doing mushrooms, they're going to wake up at fucking 11, get a cup of coffee, and pop over to my podcast at the Creek in the Cave.
I think it's a good idea to go on earlier because they go to the same shows. So when you see them at 8, 9 o'clock, they've been at Skank shows for 8, 9 hours.
Yeah.
And I went in last year, and the audience was like laying down, and they were just exhausted.
That's because they're on heroin.
Oh.
Okay, and they're doing mushrooms.
Yeah. Heroin and mushrooms.
They're that way at 8 in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got
So you're doing
a
your
1 o'clock.
podcast.
1 o'clock.
Yeah.
Which look. First of all, number one, Rebecca and Lewis and all those. They've amazing job on coming up with a festival in New York that is actually cool and fun to go to. And they have, I mean, there's so many people going this year. I mean, they got Jim Gaffigan. I don't even know how that happened. Reggie Watts is going to, I mean, it's fun. And the artwork for it is the greatest artwork I've ever seen.
Yeah.
I mean, I love it. So,
you know how they get things is because they have women running that entire thing.
Really?
I mean, Lois yells out, but it's, it's Rebecca and Christine. And they get on the phone and they ask.
Yeah, it is. It's, I'll admit that. I mean, picking up shit or, fixing a car, women suck at.
But they're terrible at that.
But running
bad
things,
at picking things up.
running things that men want run. They are fucking. You're right. Is that what you said? That's what you're saying. Women are good at running what we need them to run.
Yeah, I wouldn't elect them. I would elect a man and then have a man appoint them.
Right. Yeah, you need a man to appoint the women to do it because men are good at picking good women to do things. Right. That's what you're saying.
When we say men, we mean white men because
white men, of course.
White men are
what?
White men
How dare you?
like to be in charge and feel driven to be in charge.
Yeah, white men and middle-aged white men too.
Yes, obviously.
The older the white man, the better.
I like to say you want a little snow on the roof.
Yeah.
You want a white man who's like, I've been here before, I've seen this take place.
I want a white guy with where he pulls his pants up over his gut, right under his belly, and Dockers, like Dockers. I like a white guy in a Docker.
My favorite thing in the world is you look at a basketball team and there's fucking 7 unbelievably tall black athletes, and then a little white man that said, "Come here, I'm going to tell everybody what to do."
Yeah,
you guys. You've got the ability, but do you know how to put together a play? No.
Yeah, you guys. Yeah, you don't know what. I mean, you can go out there and run around and do stupid shit, but I'm going to tell you. Pass to this guy, and then pass it to him, and then you, the tallest one, I want you to dunk.
Yes, and then everything is perfect. Everything is done.
Everything works.
Yeah,
like in Denmark.
Yeah.
I'm going to Belgium in a week.
Oh, that sounds fun.
That's
cool. Your eyes lit up.
Yeah.
Well, it's cool until yesterday there was a terrorist attack in the subway.
You know what? But don't worry about that. That's the kind of thing that you don't get involved in.
Why?
It just, you have an air of a guy who's going to live a long time, Bobby.
Right. Well, that's always the worst thing to say to somebody who's
about
going
to get on a plane.
Europe.
Yeah.
Yeah. When there's
Europe is.
That's good.
Look,
thanks. Are you looking for a soundbite?
There's.
Didn't I tell him? Bobby, you're the one. Show
There's
the clip.
nothing better than having the last tape of a dead person.
It's the final interview.
Yeah,
You've been searching for that your whole career.
Dude, anytime it comes up, the whole world is interested. Like, could we have that? Did he seem like, people say, did he seem like he knew he was going to die? And I'll go like this, yes, he did. Seemed like he knew something was up. I brought up Belgium.
Yeah, local New York, cut to you. Well, look at I just felt like he'd live forever. But that proves that, look, we live in a big city. We got to learn to live with this stuff. Like the mayor of London said, the Muslim mayor of London who has ties to terrorists said, you just got to learn to live with it if you're in a big city. Nice talking to you. What am I, fucking Nick the Paulo show? What is it, 6?
Anthony Cumia is fucking beeping his horn right now. Yes, Bobby! Yes! You did it!
And it sounds like the General Lee. Woo!
Robert Kelly's in studio.
Oh my God, he's like a fucking. Are you? I mean,
I want to let people know.
I want you to let them know too, but let them organically, not fucking robotically.
Right.
I mean, you just, what are you fucking? What's going on? Are you an Amazon fucking one of those machines? When is Alexa? When is Robert Kelly playing Just for Laughs?
That's the last week of July. Go to justforlaughs.com for tickets and go to robertkellylive.com for all additional dates. And also, Doug Stanhope and Morgan Murphy are tomorrow night at Lovely Live.
Good. That's a great show.
Listen, this way. I'm actually doing a show tomorrow night. I should plug that. Yeah. The DVE, I believe, Comedy Festival in Pittsburgh with Colin Quinn, Rachel Feinstein,
Jesus,
and Kevin Brennan.
Come on. What's he going on first? No, everybody's great. Everybody's great. I love Kevin.
You're looking for a hot one.
Yeah.
You're looking for a Twitter war.
No, I saw. I know this with Kevin. Didn't he? The night that you forced everybody into doing a charity gig, didn't he go? No, this money's going to my pocket.
No, he actually
was the first.
He was the second.
Yeah.
Keith was the first. Well, actually, Keith had a stroke, so I just took it out of his hand because he couldn't really fight back. He was like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Well, I'm taking it."
I don't know whether you've seen him. He had a stroke again on the other side. and it's all kind of evened out now.
Great.
It's nice.
So that works out.
Yeah.
That's just fucking. How did you do? Oh, that's
Yeah.
terrible. Is this a nasty show? What's going on?
If
it'd be funny if he had a stroke today on the other side. Is that possible? No.
Yes, it is.
It is not. I think it's a heart attack on the left, stroke on the right.
No, you can get a stroke on either side.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. And both sides droop, and it looks normal at that point.
Yeah.
It looks like they're just tired. Yeah, balances out.
Yeah. You look like you're in some European.
Did anybody else not
punk band?
Did anybody else not give out their check? Anybody in that show?
Wow. Yes.
Good. Smart person.
I really feel bad about that. You know, this morning this because I'm a crazy person. I have arguments with myself, but I also apologize to people when I'm by myself aloud. And this morning I apologized to the fans. I did. I was in my kitchen. I was like, I'm really sorry. I shouldn't have done that. I feel terrible about that.
Well, you have fans in your kitchen?
No, there's nobody there. I told
Okay.
you I'm a fucking lunatic.
Right.
I literally have. I have screamed and yelled at a cab driver that doesn't exist in my car. I wasn't even in the cab.
Right.
I've had arguments with people, like full-fledged, working it out. Fucking, you said this. How are you going to deny that? All right, exactly. Like they answered it, and they denied it, of course, because and when you argue with yourself, it's yes and it's never, it's the same rules as improv. I'm a fucking crazy person.
I opened up an improv place called No Butt, and it's really good. So everything is no butt, and then you tell them something else.
Is it all
And
Asian
it's-
women?
Yes, no butt. You're missing 1/3 of a butt.
I bet you have a fine bum.
No, that's no.
Are you not happy with it?
I have a very, I guess maybe the Indian in me. Like I don't have a butt.
You don't have a butt?
I don't have.
Oh, that's my type of girl.
Yeah,
I
no
love
butt?
I like a guy butt. I like a little boy butt. My wife's ass and my son, they have the same ass.
That's so.
My ass has my wife's ass. She has no ass whatsoever. Nothing. It's just a little tiny butt.
Well, guess what?
What?
We got to wrap this up because you were so late.
Well, first of all, I mean, listen, let's just get through this. I was on the highway, some type of accident, finally make it to the street. They closed 48th Street, had to go over to 46. Finally make it up to the parking garage, which I always park in.
Yeah.
Shut down.
It's gone.
It's gone. Someone might have FYI'd that to me.
You know what is going
Hey,
in there?
Alexa, is there a parking garage on 48th Street anymore?
No, but on 46 there is.
That's Alexa or is that Chris?
That's Chris.
Yeah.
I love Chris.
But can you stay and do Opie's show? You came all the way down here. Can you?
I don't know if I can. I don't know if you're allowed to.
Oh,
well, I don't want to just go on a show.
Oh,
I mean, he would have to ask me to be on a show.
There's no one I think that he thinks more of than you.
I love Opie's show. I love that everybody has successful shows on this network. I listen to all the shows. I even Nick. You got Jimmy and Sambo in the morning. Yeah. Then you got you in the afternoons. Then you get Opie, and he's got a whole new crew of guys, which is funny. Yeah. And then you got Nick DiPaolo after that. You got Jason Ellis. I like Jason Ellis' show, too. It's pretty interesting. You know, I mean, you guys aren't Howard Stern. I mean, I go there first, but listen.
He's number one.
Let's not get carried away.
He's number one.
He's got half the building.
Robert Kelly's been
We wouldn't know. We've never seen that happen.
Yeah, because you're not allowed. I've been over there. I'll bring you over.
Robert Kelly's been in studio. Bobby's podcast. You know what, dude? It's available on Riotcast and iTunes, and it'll be part of the Nasty Show this year at Just for Laughs in Montreal. Go to justforlaughs.com for tickets and go to robertkellylive.com for all additional dates. And tomorrow it's going to be the DVE Comedy Festival in Pittsburgh.
Oh, that's a good show, too.
He's so good.
He is.
All
He's a
right,
bro.
that's it for us.
Thanks. Can I come back in again?
Yes.
And I'll
Yes,
come
you
in
know-
early. Hey, how about having me in at like 1?
I don't know. Is there a reason that you booked him at 2?
We usually have people in at 2.
That's not a reason. We usually have people at 2 is not a reason.
Next time it can be 1.
Wow, he just threw you right under the bus, didn't he?
And you know what? You fucking took it. Instead of fucking standing up to yourself and go like this, have a fucking system, Ron. You want to start booking guests?
Yeah.
'Cause I don't think you do.
You should have
I think
said
you
that.
like to get out of here at 3 and live a fucking happy-go-lucky life.
Yeah.
Well, I'm in here putting a fucking schedule together.
Yeah, I got to deal with fat, fucking angry Kelly in traffic.
You know how much respect I'd have for you if you would have fucking said that to me?
Yeah.
Instead of taking full blame?
Yeah. Yeah, why don't you stand up for yourself? It's not your fault.
He blamed himself for the traffic, too.
I should have checked.
He did blame himself
He
for your
did.
traffic.
He tried to say,
Yeah.
like, I'm sorry.
No,
about the
but
traffic.
that's absolutely his fault. He could have warned me. I would have took a bus from 95th Street down on a train. Or something. He could have given me a fucking little hint, but he made me sit in it like a fucking
Bobby, I'm
savage.
sorry.
No, all right, that's cool. God bless you.
All right. See you again in 1974.
Ladies and gentlemen, the evening is over. We hope you all enjoyed yourselves, and we'll see you all again in 1974. Good evening!